Good morning. It's Wednesday. It is 8:41. We are excited. We're going to be getting into some amazing things this morning, and the rest of the week is going to be awesome. I believe we have, Stone Cold Meats, Sean, in studio. He's actually here at the building, and then we're going to have Paloma, our good friend, taco expert, Moore Memorial Public Library librarian, making things happen.
Today is the day because we're talking about food. It's forever
back, baby.
Since we've talked about really, really, really good food. And I'm hoping Sean understands, because he has tuned in before. He understands that we have to have good, delicious food here.
Speaking of good food, this is what popped up on my Facebook feed. It's our friend Giorgio. Sloppy Nick's is doing some different menu items. So make sure you go check them out.
Is that a chicken fried steak?
It is. It says lunch at Nick's. Why not? Chicken fried steak and 2 sides only, $7.95.
No way.
Look at that.
They're a sandwich shop doing chicken fried steak?
I know. My mind is a little bit blown. That's why I wanted to show it off to everybody. Have y'all had the opportunity to go down to Sloppy Nick's yet and check that out? We haven't, but whenever you think of Sloppy Nick's, you think of the traditional sandwiches, which are great. And they had kind of told us and teased that, hey, changes are coming. There's going to be some different menu options. So I'm guessing this is what it is. So it looks like some good home Southern-style cooked food. So if you've already tried it out, make sure you let us know, because we want to see what the general consensus is. It looks amazing. But we're going to have Sean Stone talking about Stone Cold Meats. We originally reached out to Sean, I'm going to say about a year ago.
Yeah, we were going to have him on the show probably a year ago for sure. Yeah,
it's whenever they had first opened, not been open too long, and we were excited to hear about another local business opening. And there was some instances where they had to cancel the opportunity to come in, and we understood, because as a small business, you're a bit of everything. You're the boss, you're the workers, you are the construction crew, you are the cleanup crew, you're accounting, you're everything. And so we're finally able to make this happen. We're going to have Sean here in a bit, in about 15 minutes or so. But right now we're going to keep chatting for a bit. We got 45 seconds before we go on the FM. There was some, I don't want to say drama, but there was some questions. My cell phone started blowing up yesterday after we went live on Facebook with Curt's Jeep. People were wondering and asking, what happened? Did Curt's Jeep get stolen? Did Curt's bumper fall off? What's going on?
Yeah, man, that picture that I posted yesterday of my car was not good. Not good at all.
I think it looks great. Because before the bumper was pretty dinged up. I mean, if we're being serious, and now there's no dings on it because there's no bumper.
There is absolutely nothing on my car.
That's one way to take care of things. Here we go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 8:44 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. We have some guests that are going to be coming in, and we're going to be talking about Stone Cold Meats, and we're going to be talking to Paloma from the Moore Memorial Public Library during this show today. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. But right now, we're focusing on something else. We're focusing on Curt's car, which comes up often in conversation somehow.
The Jeep Compass is the most famous car. I was thinking this the other day. When I go to sell this car, all we're trying to do is get the value of the car back, right? Like talking it up on the radio, making changes to the bumper is all in an attempt to make it the value of the car up. I feel like I'm going to walk into let's say Lexus over here.
Oh yeah.
And be like, you know what? This car's worth $10,000 because it's been on KHEA radio. No?
I mean, possibly. I don't know. It depends. You can walk into, I'm trying to think of the most expensive car I can think of. I don't even know. I want a Ferrari. I need a Ferrari.
There are Ferraris that have not had as much airtime as the Jeep Compass.
Can you say that one more time?
Man, that's a hard one. Have not had as much airtime as the Jeep Compass. It's my 83 IQ. Let's back off.
It's not as much about the airtime. Sometimes it's just, what's it worth? And sentimental value can add worth, and I guess exposure can add worth. So whenever it comes time to sell the Jeep Compass, when I don't know when that time will come, if it ever will, this could be the car you drive forever.
I did have a conversation with somebody, and I said, yeah, the value is $2,000. That's all that they were going to give me the last time I went, and that was before when it had AC. Now that it doesn't have air conditioning, the value of the car
could go up.
Oh, really?
No. But if you have a positive outlook on it, you never know. Anything's possible.
Right. So then they're like, well, you could probably get $4,000, and we're not gonna stop until it's worth $4,000. Like we're not until. And I was like, okay, is that even possible?
I don't know. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on 99.5 FM. If this is your first time to tune in, good morning. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're gonna have Sean Stone in at 9 o'clock talking about everything that has to do with Stone Cold meats. It makes me want to jump in a wrestling ring and just bust out a Stone Cold Stunner on somebody while I'm eating a big juicy steak.
It's exactly what I was just gonna say. Steve Austin, John 3:16. Let's go.
Listen here, Rock. I'm about to cut a promo on somebody. No, just kidding. But we are excited to have Stone Cold Meats here in studio. 9 o'clock. We're gonna be chatting it up, learning about everything. I see some comments coming in about your Jeep, and this is one that I'm going to agree with. Steve, with Cupcake KHEA over in Leak City, one of our partners said, lay hands on the car. We have been trying. We're trying to get together in prayer circles, making the AC work. We're also lifting it up that the bumper goes back, maybe that the value will increase.
You want to know the funniest part yesterday about posting that picture on my social media page? And we should have posted, we did a video as well on KHEA radio.
Yeah.
But my mom called.
I saw the comment. She was like, are you okay?
She called me, and the first thing she goes, and she hasn't called me in months. Okay? Well, probably because she's mad that I don't call her, and so she's not going to call me.
It's the standoff.
It's the standoff,
yeah, you're like,
right?
Mom, I'm not going to call you.
Okay. She goes, so did it hurt? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, didn't even preface it, and she's like, did it hurt?
The wreck?
And I was like, what? And she's like, the wreck? And I was like, I wasn't in a wreck, Mom. And she's like, well, how did you lose your bumper? And I'm like, Mom, it just fell off. I was driving down the road and it fell off. It's a Jeep Compass.
Which isn't true. So here's what's really going on with the bumper is we took the car to Legacy Collision in Hitchcock, one of our very good partners and friends, and they have an awesome business right there where they will fix vehicles.
They need a new shop. They're running out of space. Did you see all the cars in the back, by the way, when we were there yesterday?
Yeah, I did. It was packed. There's a lot going on there. Make sure you check them out when next time you need some work done. So Curt, can always use a little bit of work done. You can put some lipstick on a pig and kind of fix it up sometimes. So we take it into Jeep Compass.
You're not supposed to put a lipstick on pigs, by the way.
He may make it beautiful. I don't know. It depends. We'll have to ask Sean Stone. He's the meat expert. I don't know. Maybe it makes the pig taste better, the bacon. But so they literally took the lipstick off of the pig for Curt's car. So that's the bumper. And it has some dings, some dents, some scratches. You've been busy. So maybe your mom was right when she said, did it hurt? Because it looks like you've been in a lot of wrecks judging by your bumper.
Okay, I've never hit my car against anything that I don't know of, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully.
I don't know.
But they were like, oh, that's like a license plate of like a Bugatti. And I was like, I don't know. I guess, maybe.
Someone did say that looks like you hit another. Oh, that looks expensive. That looks like a license plate to somebody in California.
But I know for a fact that did not happen. And I did hit like a board. And that's what caused that. I had that after Harvey like 3 years ago. I was driving down the feeder road and hit a piece of wood.
Wow. And a piece of wood left that mark?
Yes.
On your bumper.
On my bumper.
Interesting.
It's a plastic bumper.
So we got some video of the before.
Oh, man.
We got some video of them ripping the bumper off of Curt's car, and then today we're going to go back. The plan is, I guess you're going to have to wait and see what the plan is. But anyways, we're going to have a brand new bumper. We're going to be releasing a video showcasing everything that's going on at Legacy Collision and everything that's going on with Curt's Jeep Compass.
I did talk to somebody, and I kind of like spilled the beans as to what's happening today.
I'm shocked. I'm surprised. You weren't able to keep a secret? Oh, my goodness. The drama.
Oh, no. But they're like, oh, my gosh, I need that video because that's hilarious.
Yeah,
and I said, it's going to be good. So you're going to want to tune in this afternoon to see what's going on.
Yeah, we'll see. I see some other people that are tuning in. I see Robin, who has a Jeep. But it doesn't need like any adjectives or like a names. If you just say they have a Jeep, she has a Jeep. She got a red shiny Jeep. Curt, would you ever consider getting like another Jeep? Not a Jeep Compass, not a Jeep Liberty, not a Jeep Patriot.
I want something with the back to it, because we do a lot of filming and we transfer a lot of gear. I think taking a car would be really difficult to some of the things, but if I had a back, then yeah. So a Jeep is perfect because they have a back.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it has a little hatchback on it.
Don't talk to my
know.
mechanic, David, about all of the issues because he was like, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And I'm like, how expensive is that? And he's like, oh, it's not anything bad. $800 later. Like,
Yeah.
David, what are you doing to me?
David knows what he's talking about when it comes to cars. So if he has a suggestion, I would listen.
He said my ball joints need to be adjusted.
See, I don't know what that means. I've never done it. I can't do it. But if David says it, your ball joints need to be adjusted.
I got the wheel bearings fixed. I added a gas cap finally to the car.
Hey, that's important.
You know, like I'm taking care of the important things.
What about that registration sticker that's out?
The registration sticker is also taken care of. It hasn't been replaced yet, but it's there.
The paperwork's like mailed in or something?
I realized yesterday the next step that I need to do to make sure that I'm all legal and not riding around is I need to update my driver's license. It's
Yeah,
not
you do.
expired.
Here's the thing. We spend a lot of time in the community. We spend a lot of time driving around. And here lately, we've spent a lot of time at local police stations, talking and learning and discussing future events, how we can help. Dude, I'm not going to – okay, I just was poking fun of you for like not being able to keep a secret. But if there's an opportunity for me to crack a joke about your registration sticker being out in front of a police officer inside a police station, there's no way I can help it. I'm not going to be able to keep my mouth shut, Kurt. You got to help me out.
I did. I fixed it. It's good. Registration is up to date, but my driver's license needs an updated address.
Okay. So the sticker's on the car?
No.
Okay, then it's not.
But I have this. I have the email that says that I'm good.
Wow. Well, we'll see.
They got to mail it. I did it Saturday. It's only 4 months too late.
Yeah.
The nice thing is you should get penalized for like every month that you don't do your registration. Otherwise, you could go like 4 months and save.
You don't get penalized, huh?
No, you don't. You don't get penalized. You could drive around.
They reward you for not getting caught.
Yeah, it's like
kind of.
It's kind of like, oh, your registration's been out for 4 months. You don't have to really pay for registration those 4 months.
Okay, here's the thing. This is from Angie Butler, and I know I've done this in the past as well. You can renew your driver's license online. It's easy.
Did.
So
Super
you've done
easy.
it.
I'm shocked that you can do it online even after like 4 months after the fact.
Oh yeah,
You know,
you can only do it, I think, so many years in a row because there's a lot of things that people enjoy in life. Stopping and smelling the flowers, buying meat and barbecuing from Stone Cold Meats, but sitting at the DMV is not necessarily one of those things. So the fact that you can go to like txdriverslicense.org or whatever it is, .gov, and kind of update your address or renew your license every so often is a big deal.
it's huge. It's
nice.
Awesome. I don't remember how I've done it in other states, but it was pretty awesome. It was pretty legit to be able to do that. I will say the DMVs here in Texas are the worst.
What?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, put some respect on Texas's name. Second of all, your little Nebraska DMVs, what's so better about them if you had to?
There's no long lines.
Because there's nobody there?
Right.
Okay.
It's so easy. You walk in, one person at the counter, and you sign in. Here, I was going to, this was like when I did my driver's license. It was when I lived and was working at Chavez High School in Houston. So Houston's even more, like there's a lot more people there. And I was going to go over my lunch break, which I had an hour for lunch.
You just didn't know. Yeah, no way. You
No
can't
way.
Go, that's what everybody's doing. Everybody in the entire Houston Metroplex is like, oh, it's lunch break. Yeah, let me go with the other million people and wait in line. It's not. Yeah, that's not going to work.
The other thing that I tried to do is I had like an hour and a half like planning period. And so I left during my planning period to go and do it. An hour and a half. No way. I was sitting there. It was like 5 minutes. I'm like, I have class. I need to go.
So I have some thoughts about all this. A couple things. One, what's your solution to all this? Before you give a solution, I feel like Texas already offered you can do this on the internet. So that way you can speed it up.
But you can't go and get a driver's license on the internet. You have to go.
The first one, but once you get renewed, you can update so many years in a row. But other than that, like I don't know what the other options are.
The driver's license?
100%. I've done it. Yes.
Man, I just need to update my address.
Yes, you can go on the internet and do that. Probably while we're even chatting right now. You could have already done it like 15 times.
I'd probably end up doing it at like some like $85 for changing your address.
Yeah, no, it's going to be like
can I blame my 83 IQ on that?
$1 for each point of your IQ. Yes, you can.
Yes. Okay, good. Now I don't feel so bad.
People are joining in and wondering why you keep bringing up the 83 IQ. You're welcome to tell them because we have about 4 minutes before we're bringing Sean Stone in, talking about Stone Cold Meats. And maybe if you want to share, you can, but you keep bringing it up, and some people may not know.
About what?
The good news.
What good news?
About your IQ test.
Oh, on Monday Friday, I guess I took a test that measured all of the things that I do wrong, or I don't know, like how smart I am, and it came back with an 83 IQ, which is pretty good.
Do you remember what average is?
85
to
120.
It's like 85 to 105. And
okay.
Anything over 130 is like genius level, like pretty advanced, and then anything under 70 is. Yeah, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and take a break on the FM. Keep it going on our Facebook Live.
Yeah, make sure that you stay tuned because we're gonna have Sean Stone in studio, listening on 99.5 FM KHEA radio. Coming up next is Stephanie Gretzinger, Out of Hiding.
Go download the KHEA radio app. Go search KHEA in the App Store.
Come on.
What's up? So, Boyd here.
morning,
Michelle
good
said
morning.
103.
How are you doing?
Hello, how's it going?
Morning.
Gardy. You can,
I'm a little nervous.
you're good. You'll be great. It's easy. It's fun. We joke around and
There's some really good suggestions in here.
on how to boost your IQ score.
No, on how to do the driver's license stuff.
Yeah, the internet, dude. If you're just changing your address, you can go on the internet. That's what we've been we were literally having a conversation about this.
I've moved like 8 times since the last time in Texas since I've updated my driver's license. So my driver's license still says my Clear Lake address.
Yeah. Well, you done got busted.
I know.
So you can adjust this right here and pull it up, and what you're gonna want to put it probably about that far away from your mouth.
Gotcha.
And yeah.
Mumble from time to time. Is this thing live?
Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, it's on, but you're gonna want to pull it up
All right.
a lot closer.
A lot closer.
Yeah.
There we
Perfect. So
There we go.
what's up, Sean? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing well. How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good. So you own a local business, and I think y'all started last year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We're coming up on the 1 year, July 30th.
So July 30th.
Mhm.
Wow. So that's really soon.
Yes, sir. Yep.
What's the plans? Y'all got any celebration or just?
Yeah, we're gonna have a little shindig out there, a little parking lot party. League City Fire Department, League City Police Department's going to be present. We're going to have a little cook-off going on, and a bunch of local guys, barbecue guys, all doing their thing,
Yeah.
and all that good stuff. Raffles, the whole nine. So
Awesome. So we've had the opportunity to hang out at some of the local cook-offs, talk to some of the cook-off teams, even restaurants, people that just do it at home. And one of the things that we have noticed is a lot of people use the selection of meat, brisket, ribs, everything that comes from your spot.
yes, sir. Yeah, we really took to the IBCA circuit this year. Took us by storm. Really established a presence out there.
Yeah.
We carry a lot of competition products, high quality, all the way through. Trying to keep it that way, support local Texas ranches, and give them a platform to move their product, put it out on the larger scene of
Wow.
things. So it's a lot of work at night, early morning, stuff like that, tracking down more ranches, doing all that, and it pays off.
How many ranches do y'all get in the state of Texas? How many do y'all work with?
I think we're about 8 now. It's going to be 12 coming up in November.
Wow.
So we're lining up stuff. There's new ranches coming up all the time. We like to support local, so we try and put them on a larger stage to really present their product to the right people.
There's a lot of ranches in this area. You don't think of this area as being like a ranch area. I think of ranches being like West Texas.
Yeah, no. Surrounding Houston area is a great spot for it. South Danbury, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And of course, northeast, all that, really good spots for it. So there's a lot of guys fly under the radar that haven't really hit the scene too hard yet, and that's where we really start searching. So we go out, visit, see the ranches, see how they do their thing.
Did you expect to be at this point, in the first year of business? Has it exceeded? Has it been more work or a little bit easier? How's it been?
It's been a wildfire, sir. Blessed, not busy. Blessed. We didn't anticipate this. I wasn't supposed to hire anybody for 2 years. My wife and I, we put in a lot of work, and we did not anticipate taking off like we have. So we're very thankful. We give back to the community all the time as much as possible. That's big to us. We support local, and we give what we're given. So
Awesome. So we got 13 seconds, and we're going to do a little switch. We'll reintroduce you and just kind of ask, I guess, the history of the idea and, what your background is and the plans for the future.
Cold meats.
Maybe we'll talk some wrestling. Here we go.
oh no.
Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
So it's Wednesday morning, right? And it's been a while since we've had the opportunity to talk about food.
I'm kind of a little disappointed in Sean.
Why is that?
I've heard great things about all of his meat, and maybe some of it's raw.
Still want to try the raw meat.
But he didn't bring it in for me to try.
Oh man,
I'm a little disappointed. But you know what? I can get over it. I'll be fine. I had a taco this morning, so tacos make me happy. So I'm good. I'm good today.
Curt, we probably could get you to try the raw meat. We're like, okay, guess which one's from Stone Cold Meats. This one's from, somewhere else, and this one's from Stone Cold. And you'd be like, this one's way better. You can taste the difference.
Do you do any of your cooking? Like, do you cook meats or anything like that?
No,
it's just the raw meat.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, we started the idea and we were thinking about having something attached, a small restaurant, small barbecue, small smoke or something like that. But the space was so limited and we filled it up so fast that even if we wanted to, there's no space.
What's the location?
We're 3612 West Main, League City.
Okay.
League City, Texas.
I was going to say, we've talked to a bunch of people, a lot of barbecue places, including our good friend Perry Brooks, who runs 3BQ, uses your meat. He's actually going to be on our campus tonight here at Abundant Life Christian Center for our Juneteenth celebration that we're doing. He's the food truck tonight. So talk about why so many people are picking you guys and what you guys are doing.
Well, we strive for, as the closest to perfection we can get in terms of product. And, Perry, good man, good heart, good guy. We were both starting up at the same time, but he's gone a couple other places. We've done some other things, and he keeps falling back to the quality, the standard that is our quality on all that. Plus, we have some fun with some wet age too, and he's all about that stuff.
So what is that? What does that mean?
Wet age is just a cryovac aging process where you keep the meat in the vacuum seal, store it on a shelf. The longer it sits in said package, the more tender it gets.
Wow. How long can you leave it?
It gets a little risky the longer you go. Like once I won't go close to 100. That's pushing it.
100 days?
You're rolling the dice.
Or 100 months.
100 days.
Well, because I've done meat in my pantry for 100 months, and it's still good, right?
Yeah, some Vienna sausages, stuff like that.
Yeah, tuna fish, it's canned. Sometimes it's a risk you're willing to take. Like that, it gets to 100 days, and you're just like.
Yesterday we had those little Debbie cakes, from the dollar store, and there was like little white stuff growing on them.
He says we. That was not me.
I did.
He's trying to eat around it. I'm like, Curt, okay, that stuff is not supposed to mold in the first place. Think about how old that is. That's preserved. It's loaded. It's not real food, and it's still molded.
That's good for you.
I guess it'll boost your metabolism.
I almost threw up just looking at it, but I was like, come on, I wasted this $1 at the Family Dollar.
You're hungry, man.
Man,
what you got to do.
We're talking to Sean with Stone Cold Meats. He's the founder, the owner. You and your wife, you own the business there.
Correct. Yeah.
And can you share a little bit about your background? Where are you from? I guess where did life take you to end up starting the business last year?
Well, so it goes way back. My grandfather owned a small produce slash meat market way back when. So I grew up seeing pictures of that, and talking to him when I was knee high or waist high rather. It all started there, and I got in. Everybody else was going off doing their things, or law enforcement, criminal justice, this, that, and the other. And I got into an apprenticeship at a real young age. That was it. Started.
That's awesome.
It's like 19 years ago now, and I've been through 3 apprenticeships, making minimum wage most of my life. Ramen and water. And then we met the girlfriend then in Corpus, and I was Moody's Meats, Corpus Christi. Great guy over there, good man. And I was a sponge with him and just soaked up everything that he does.
Wow.
And, we got married, came to Houston, got into a larger chain. And I was coming home a little frustrated every now and then. And my wife looked me dead in the face one day. It was, do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we did. And she's the backbone. She is the presidente. She is a heck of a woman, and she lined it all up. And we worked together, and now we're 50-50 and doing everything we can give back. So.
And you mentioned earlier, we're blessed, not busy.
Yes.
Can you share, I guess, where that mentality comes from?
Miss Mary Bass, first and foremost. Fortunate to call her a friend. We were talking and at our house, and we were just talking about stuff, and it's always so difficult to make time for things. It's just so busy. And she looked me right in the face. She was like, "Sir, you're not busy. You're blessed." And that when we have talks about that stuff. By the way, she's the best hugger in all of Houston. Just want to point that out. Need a hug from that lady every now and then. That mentality keep you focused. We weren't supposed to hire for 2 years. We just hired our 15th employee.
Wow.
Yesterday. So it's keeping an eye on the prize.
Yeah.
Staying humble, staying focused.
How do you you grew up, being an apprentice, you grew up making those minimum wages. You have 15 employees now. Yeah. How do you change kind of what you grew up in versus these people who are now joining the team here at Stone Cold Meats?
Very good question. And what we're doing and what my wife and I are doing is I'm taking from every the apprenticeships I had and the leaders or bosses that I had and their shortcomings. I'm making sure I'm not doing what they did to frustrate and not be a good leader. And then the great bosses, which I'm lucky to have, the 3 places I worked, amazing people, great in the community, good men, and taking their qualities and implementing them with my employees. So we keep a really positive environment, build you up type environment, and set you up for success down the road, wherever that might be.
Yeah.
You come in and I want to teach you everything I know, take good care of you. And, we're family oriented big time. We're all about family. I remember a couple times I had stuff come up and I couldn't go spend time with family. I'll never forget that. So we're family focused at Stone Cold.
So you're able to learn from life experiences, not even mistakes you made, but working under somebody, what they did good, and take little bits and pieces and see this is the kind of boss, this kind of leader that I need to be, that we're going to be.
So you give vacation time is what you're saying.
Yes.
Here we go again, Kurt.
Just got a very nice vacation, thanks to my wife. Again, the backbone of the business. She allowed me to go spend time. It had been over 10 years since I've been on a fishing trip with my brother and father. It was much needed. That was way up in northern Wisconsin. A lot of good fishing.
Y'all caught some fish?
Yes.
Tenting and camping up there is amazing.
There's a lot of bears up there, so I was pretty nervous about that whole thing. But we got the cabin going on. We were good. Three dudes in a little cabin on the water. It's all good.
What I picked up and learned from all that, Kurt, is in about nine years you can have vacation, and we'll get you on a fishing trip with your brothers. You don't look pleased.
Gardy won't give me vacation time. I'm kind of upset about this.
We had a meeting with some people from Texas City yesterday, and we were in the police station. It was a whole other story. There's a lot of jokes there.
Yeah, I got arrested.
Well, not
at some point.
Well, maybe or maybe
they're
not.
like, "Why do you have 8 outstanding warrants, Kurt?" And I was like, "I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you dismiss all of them?" And they're like, "We'll try."
So there was some planning and some stuff that we're getting done, and so we're looking at the month of July, and Kurt was like, "I'm taking vacation in July." And then he told him the dates. He was like, it was like the 12th and the 13th. And they're like, "That's the weekend." And he's like, "Gardy doesn't let me go anywhere." I was like, "We got a lot to do." I mean, if we take one step back, what does that mean?
It is funny that people are like, "Yeah, you get the weekends." I don't get the weekends.
Well, we've worked.
I understand that.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5." This is not a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 kind of job, apparently. Gardy's like,
I love it. I know you love it too.
I do. I love it.
Yeah.
We do a lot.
So there's a comment. I see Mary Bass is here. So good morning, Mary. And she's like, "What did I do?" So people are kind of filling her in. We've been talking a bit about Mary Bass, and this is from Legacy Collision, which we'll be at later. She said, Los Primos Cookers won the grand prize at Galveston County Fair and Rodeo Cook-Off with Stone Cold Meat. So I had to make sure I busted out my Los Primos koozie to show some respect.
So do you think that was the reason why they won first place, grand prize at the Galveston County?
There's a lot that can be said about products and cooks and all that. But, it comes down to the man in charge and the judges, and the man in charge of cooking the briskets and the judges. Now, those guys, they're amazing at what they do. There's so many talented cooks that were out at all these cook-offs. I mean, the IBCA is loaded with some of the most talented guys in the nation. at cooking and putting out some of the best brisket, best ribs you've ever had. I've been fortunate enough to try some of the stuff they cooked. I could never cook it that way. I would not cook it as good as them, but man, I'm telling you.
We know the secret, Kurt.
You know, I was going to say, we actually have never had their brisket or any kind of their meat except for that oyster at
We
the
had
oyster.
the oysters.
I was thinking that. We didn't have anything that morning.
Now I'm kind of getting angry about it. I mean,
I'm a
we've hung
little-
out with them a lot, like in the tent. Arnold, one of the team members, Arnold Texas Pit Stop Barbecue. They do a lot of stuff where they're sharing space, and Arnold's like, here you go, here's tacos, here's this and that, and Los Primos, we've done a lot.
I'm kind of upset about this right now.
They're very.
I might flip this table.
Man, that escalated quickly. They're very serious about what they're doing out there.
Yeah.
I know that, and a lot of these guys are. You go out there and you show up to talk a little bit. When it's go time for them, it is go time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of money on the line. There's a lot of pride on the line, bragging rights, all of that. So, we're fixing to host our own cook-off. The wife and I are working on it. She's the brains of most all operations. So
You've said that like 8 times already this morning.
yeah, she really wanted to be here, and I miss her a lot. She has her job still. As you know, that's just the smart thing to do. And
Yeah.
she's, doing her thing. She's a maniac and covering all the bases. So she really wanted to be here today. She couldn't make it, but there's always a next time, right?
For sure.
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so we're doing a cook-off, Stone Cold Meats. We're trying to get an HOA easement close to the market right now. Just on Facebook alone, I've got about 45 or 50 teams. So we're going to have a Stone Cold.
Are you
hosted.
serious?
Yeah. It's going to be a big one.
We need that
Big one.
list because not
Yeah.
to
Y'all come on
steal
out.
from it.
Come on out.
but-
Y'all don't be shy. Y'all should definitely come on out, check it out. We're going to have judges from a variety of vendors. We're going to have a whole bunch of good stuff going on out there, and a whole bunch of fun. Bring the kids, all that stuff. Our kids will be out there 3-in-1 under a tent, trying to keep them cool, all that stuff. So, yeah.
So, Mike, I bring this up only because I want to get to it eventually. With the cook-off teams, are there a bunch of those cook-off teams that are good at tacos?
They're good at everything, sir.
Okay.
I mean,
have you ever heard of a taco cook-off?
You just gave me an idea. So it was going to be ribs and fajitas, but now I'm thinking.
Wait, when is yours?
You can't steal this.
When's your cook-off?
Time out.
We're trying to focus on Halloween because we're
okay.
going to do July or August. It's just so hot,
It is.
So
Okay,
yeah.
you're good. You're good to do
I
it.
was thinking doing a trick or treat barbecue.
Okay, you
where
can
you
do-
have the kids out, the cook-off teams hand out candy, stuff like that.
I almost flipped the table again. we're doing a taco cook-off with the United Way on October 12th.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
we just had meetings and made a quick little announcement about it last week. So we're gearing up for press, and media and marketing and stuff for that big event. But we're going to be doing it here in Lamarck, right here in our backyards. Taco cook-off all day on the 12th.
Yeah, we're excited just because we had never heard of one before, but we think it could be a major category in the future in different events as well, because just we had never seen it. But, with what you offer, what kind of meat goes good on tacos?
Man, you can do just about it. And you could go to good old-fashioned carne picada. You can do a coarse grind, slow simmer on fajitas. I've ground up fajita meat before. A fine grind, made tacos out of it. It's a unique flavor itself. Good old-fashioned ground beef.
I like pork. You guys do
Carnita?
Oh man, pork is good.
Yeah, that's a hands-down favorite taco. Be the carnitas, be the pork.
Man, now I'm over here daydreaming about these tacos.
Y'all talk about tacos. I love tacos. Tacos make me a very happy man. So,
Yeah.
Taco cook-off, anything y'all need from me, please. I just want to come out and eat some tacos.
That'd be good. Maybe we'll have him judge it. We do need judges.
Would you be willing to be a judge?
Oh, I am down. I am there.
So
I'm
we're,
there.
we have a meeting not this week, next week to finalize everything with the United Way. There's going to be an Eventbrite leak where you can actually go in and become a sponsor of the events. If you're a business owner or organization that wants to be a part of the Taco Cook-Off, you can. If you are a cook-off team, or if you are wanting to do some cooking yourself, I guess, of tacos, the entry fee is only $100, and that gives you one spot. So you get all 4 categories of beef, chicken, seafood, and chef's choice, and you can actually enter in.
Yeah, we're excited because we're not just
Seafood tacos.
focusing
God, that
on
sounds good,
like shrimp tacos, and you can do it at fish tacos, whatever you want. But we're gonna open it up to anybody. So it doesn't just have to be a cook-off team or a food truck or a restaurant. It can be like Maisie can, hey, I make tacos. I'm about to throw down and do this. So
I got some boys already chiming in on that one right
All
now.
right.
So, yeah, you'll have yourself some entries. I'm telling you that.
We're kind of concerned. We were talking about this because, we're going to have vendors. We're going to – there's what's it called, knocker ball or something like that, where you get in these like bubble suits and like play like kickball or something, and you can go and knock people over. It's a lot of fun. So they're going to be coming out for that event. We're going to have Axe Masters is going to be here throwing axes.
All right.
And we're like, man, we have a big parking lot, but we could run out of space quick. If there's 400 cooking teams here,
Well, those boys roll in with trailers, tents, everything. So that's what we're in the middle of right now is
the
working
space.
out space, allocating it properly, so we're not looking around and have trailers parked up and down 518. We'd like to avoid that.
Yeah.
bring them
Yeah,
down
so,
here
yeah.
to Lamarck.
Yeah,
Let's go.
y'all are giving me a lot of ideas in here. I'm telling you.
Well, I know the dog track has enough spot, and they do the what do they do
The
there?
crawfish
The
bash.
crawfish bash
And
there.
winter lights.
And there's a lot of room out there, and the city of Lamarck loves to work with local people to try and make stuff possible. So that's always an option. Even in the future,
Yes,
So
sir.
here's a comment. This is from Carrie English. Good morning, Carrie. Thank you for taking the time to tune in and ask a question. If you have a question for Sean about his business, about Stone Cold Meats, let us know, and we'll get it asked. Do you carry Kobe beef? And what exactly is Kobe beef? Because I've heard a lot about it.
So there's Texas Wagyu and there's Kobe. So Akiyushi is basically, it's almost all one and the same. It's different breeds of cattle. So Heart Brand has a Kobe. A lot of folks call it Wagyu. There's a very fine line in between the two. Your American Wagyu, be it your F1, F2, and full breed, is what we really strive for. I do carry Akiyushi, Kobe. We carry everything from strip, brisket, ribeye, tenderloin, the whole nine. We're really centered and focused on, again, the Texas ranches and the American Wagyu, which is your American strain of Japanese Kobe.
Okay, you know what? I should learn to speak brisket. I feel like I need to take a course or something, but it seems there's a lot that goes into it.
There's a lot. There's some really good friends in genetics at certain ranches, and it's a science. There is a meat science program, A&M, and it literally is a science. There's a lot that goes into different ranches, breeds, genetics, all that to break down and make a good cut.
Okay, so here's another question. This is from Warden, and I feel like I know the answer, and we've been talking about it a little bit, but we may retouch. Do you have competition meats?
Who is that from?
It says Warden Ryan. Is that what your buddies?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Caleb, we don't have any of that. No. Yeah.
No competition meat.
He was just in yesterday. I knew he'd be on here.
Do you do that where maybe potentially you give a certain person the better meat because you want them to win? Can they pay you under the table for
I want the
those?
best of the best. I want the guarantee.
best.
I'm open to all. So we take, and I always have competition briskets out on our storefront, and then when it comes time for cook-off, we do orders in advance 2-3 weeks, and that's where guys tell me, hey, I'm looking for this. If you come across it, please put it aside. So I go through every box every time I get it and pull out briskets, know where the orders are, put it with the orders. So guys can come in off the street and grab a comp brisket, or guys can put in orders 2-3 weeks ahead and get a certain type that they're looking for, a certain weight, a certain thickness on the flat, certain ribs, certain chickens, the whole nine. So.
I think I would go in there and try and buy one, but then I'm just like, okay, now that I have this, or it's like a guitar. You have expensive guitar, and it's like, okay, I'm going to try and play this, maybe not as good as, Stevie Ray Vaughan or whoever, but then we give it to Los Primos or Arnold Garza, and they're able to bing, make us sing.
Turn it into butter. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No,
I was looking at the other day at Target, I believe is where I was at, and they had grills and barbecue, and I was like, man, I really want one because it was Father's Day over the weekend, and I'm not a father yet, but one day I'm going to be, and
practice now. Your father's start grilling now. By the time you have kids, you're gonna be
and I love grill. I used to grill all the time when I was young. Like a teenager, I would go out into the backyard. We had a grill. grill it up, grill some hamburgers, grill some hot dogs. I would cut the hot dogs in half and put cheese on and put it on the grill. I mean, it was good.
Real Nebraska grilling,
real Nebraska grilling.
Mm-hmm.
And I just haven't been able to do that since I got to Texas because I don't own a grill or. But then they had this smoker, like a nice little smoker for like $200. I'm like, man, if I had $200, I would get a smoker. Then I could go to Stone Cold Meats and get it.
Hey,
have you been to Buc-ee's recently?
No.
Check out the one in Wharton. I was just there last night. I was picking up a friend of mine from down in Corpus. Tabletop grill.
Ooh.
It's about this big. Solid cast iron, heavy duty. Bad dude, all right?
Right.
You can cook anything small or large, about yay big, yay deep, right on top of your patio, put it on a table out there, take anywhere with you. I was this close to buying one. But the wife probably wouldn't have been too happy to buy another grill one.
Here's some comments from Perry and 3BQ. First of all, he said, ha ha ha, Target, that you were like, I was in Target looking for, and I saw the grills.
Yeah.
But then you're like Buc-ee's, and it brings us back to like Texas, and it's like, okay. But he also said, I'll give you one, Curt.
I like that. Give it to me. Bring it tonight. Let's go.
For $200.
3BQ. Just remember, 3BQ is coming over to our facilities tonight here at Abundant Life Christian Center. I think it's going to be starting at 6, so you can come and get some 3BQ from 6 until like 7, and then come and enjoy service. And then afterwards, there's going to be bounce houses for the kids, grilling. It's going to be a great time.
Pear Bear, he's good people. We love us some Perry.
Yeah,
Cold Meats.
He also commented and said HEB has good ones, and I'm going to have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
I love HEB, right? I go as often as I can. They used to have, it was like last year, maybe in the summer or whenever, but they would have like the big one that's like the Longhorn, and I'm like, I don't need this. I don't think I could efficiently use this, but it's so cool. It's a grill that's like a giant cow.
And I love this comment from Naola, my girlfriend. She said, grilling with the whole New Balance dad tennis shoes or leather sandals.
There you go.
My dad.
There you go. Cargo shorts, too. You're good to go, man.
I'm sure she doesn't know this because I probably have never mentioned this, but my dad always had the New Balance shoes with like the ankle, the calf-high socks, white socks. And he would wear shorts, and it's like, what?
I looked in the closet yesterday, and I saw my pair of New Balances. And we were just joking about getting old, and there I was. I saw my cargo shorts hanging. They weren't white, but they were sitting there. I'm like, man, it happened. It happened. There we go.
I feel like grilling, is a must as a man. Like if you're doing it right, you need to be grilling. If you're not grilling, are you really a man?
But if you're not grilling while wearing wide New Balance shoes, are you really grilling?
Right.
We don't know. We don't know.
You're not doing it right. You're not doing it right.
There's a better way.
I feel like I hope that Naola would still love me after I got the new white Balance shoes with the calf high socks and I'm out there grilling. Right?
Gotta have grass stains on them from mowing the lawn.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Kurt would be dragging him through. He don't mow the grass. He's like dragging him through the grass just to try and make up.
The vision is coming true. I got the grill. I'm mowing the lawn, and Naola comes out with the iced tea in the clear glass and like, here, you're working so hard. And you're
got
like,
your little apron on too,
wiping it away.
Yeah, there you go. Just bought my boy an apron last night. Buc-ee's.
They have everything.
They do.
We go Christmas shopping at Buc-ee's often. It's like, okay, Dad gets this. There's some seasoning. Here's some hot sauce, some pickled, quail eggs. For some reason.
I think I buy a bottle opener every single time I'm there. I probably have like 35 bottle openers in the drawer at home. But
Buc-ee's.
So, Whataburger has been
it's an unfortunate
has been lost, but Buc-ee's still is holding strong.
You know how they started? I love hearing stories like that. Lake Jackson, one location, and their base was just clean restrooms. One in Lake Jackson. I think they're now like 30-something.
Yeah.
They're huge. And I love hearing that. Just a local small startup blowing up. They give back to the community, support Texas through and through and through. And that's a great business model to it's talk about goals, right?
For sure.
I look at some of my mentors and their markets, they've gone on to have 2 or 3 in their meat cases, or they have 200 feet of meat cases, and you're just in there just wowed.
Yeah.
Because starting up with ours in the beginning with 10-footer, 10 feet of meat case, hardly anything in it, and it's always good to see that. I love how they give back. That's always a good thing to look at. Yeah,
you mentioned Buc-ee's and then some of your other mentors. Could you mention maybe some of those people and any other, if it's a local business or a national chain, anything, business that you kind of looked at and be like, hey, they're doing it right. This is what we need to implement, on our level now.
Well, I mean, it all started with Tom Baker at Pennan's Meats way up north, long, long ago. and good man. Got us focused on the right things, and I was young, and wild, and he really humbled you and brought it down. Can call him anytime, lucky to call him a friend. And then Terry Munch, Moody's Meats, Corpus Christi, a great man, big time in Texas, another one of those guys who, him and Mike Meehan, they both own meat markets in Corpus Christi, and I was fortunate enough and privileged enough to work for them and learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
And, privileged to know them, and lucky to call them friends and mentors. But those guys, they do it right. I see a lot of that in Houston. The meat circle's really, it's actually pretty tight in Houston. These guys, we all look out for one another. Of course, every now and then you get a guy who's just, for whatever reason, he's a certain way. But we all look out for one another.
That would be Curt.
The competition?
Yeah, 100%. He takes
Oh yeah, no, that's my trophy.
So I don't know if he would quite fit in, he would fit into the current culture that there is, but it is a culture, I would say. Would you agree?
I can't wait until the taco cook-off, and I enter in under like an anonymous name, and I end up winning, and they're like, and the overall champ is Curtis Casper,
and he takes off his glasses with a fake nose and mustache. It was me the whole time.
It was me. I grabbed the trophy and I
run away.
Wow,
good stuff. But no, there's a lot of good guys, and I mean the second day we were open. Dave from Bay Area Meats over there off Kirby. He came in and offered help, anything we needed. Just give him a call, anything at all. And that's how we try and keep it with all the guys.
Mm-hmm. So here's Mike. He said, Almighty Spices in San Antonio digs Stone Cold Meats.
Mr. Hightower, great guy. He's good people, and he's out in San Antone. He's originally from Galveston. Good guy. We've been, man, just so blessed. We've come across so many good people. There's a couple here and there that were not so good, but the good far outweighs the bad by so much. Miss Mary Bass, Perry, Hightower.
Wait, are those the good people?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I started to get worried there. Like we're talking about the bad, and then all of a sudden.
No, I don't. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of bashing folks. It's just not the way to do things. But people like Mary, lucky to know, man. And she came in, and like I said again, the best hugger in all of Houston. Mary, I need one. You should stop by sometime. Good people, doing good things. That's what it's all about. Be the good, help out where you can.
Yeah, we agree. So right now it's
there you go.
It's 9:28. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. We have Sean Stone in studio. We're talking about Stone Cold Meats. Can we talk about the name? How did you come up with the name?
I did not come up with the name. My amazing wife did. We were sitting there one night, and we were.
Stone Cold.
I know, right? It just has that sound, and I'm telling you, she's got it going on. So we're sitting there talking, and it's like naming your child. And we have 2 young kids, and every time we went to name our boy, for example, we're like, no, I don't like that name. Come up with something else. No, not that one. And it 2-month process just to do it. Same thing with the meat market. We must have gone through 100, 200 names, and I think we were in Corpus at that time, if I'm not mistaken. We were visiting her family. And we had a group of people, and we were just talking. It was a dinner. All the kids were running around. It was chaos. And she said it, like, real under her breath. Stone Cold Meats.
What'd you say?
What was that? Stone Cold Meats. Everybody's head turned. And that was it. It was that moment. I mean, it just has that appeal, and you don't know how many questions we get. So Stone Cold Austin? Stone Cold Steve Austin, does he on the market? Like, no, I'm not I don't lift weights, man. That ain't that's not how we do it. But yeah, it's a great name, great catch to it. Sound people come from all over just because of the name.
Yeah. Did you grow up watching wrestling at all, or not really?
No, I had some family members that did. I was never a fan. I actually wrestled.
Okay.
I was freestyling Roman Greco. I did that for 12 years, but I never got into the
professional.
Yeah. Because I'd look at those guys and be like, man, he's a monster, but
it's not relatable at times.
Yeah, exactly.
He's on something.
No, my mother had me in wrestling from a very young age. The real wrestling.
That's cool. Yeah. So you did like tournaments and stuff in school. Is that how that went?
Yep, all the way through. I did okay. I made regionals once.
Yeah.
Once.
And your mom is the one who was like, "Hey, try this."
Yeah. Oh yeah. She was all about it. She was a big supporter. she is a big supporter of everything we do. She's our nanny now. She retired and full-time nanny. You know, bless her heart. I don't know how she does it all week with the kids, long hours at the market. But, yeah, she was a driving force for the positive in life growing up.
Yeah, you're coming up on your 1 year. You mentioned long hours. Like, what kind of hours are you putting in on a normal daily basis, or like even a week? Like,
well, I mean, now at the start, I was showing up, and Daniel Puga, he's the man over there. He's my right hand. He's a great human being. We started the market, and we were doing 6 a.m. to about 9 p.m. every day. There was days where I stayed the night, slept in the office on a little couch, woke up, went right back to work. And that was the first couple months it didn't stop.
wow.
You know, and again, without the wife or my mother, that wouldn't have been possible at all. Now we have more and more help. So the hours now are not the grueling hours of me back there cutting, doing all of it. You know, Daniel and I doing everything for the market. Now I can step back and be more of an owner, you know, and sit and think and come up with approaches on things, sales ads, product line, ranches, supporting local, and really coming up with events and all that stuff. So really the hours, it was 14 to 16-hour days for a good long while.
Yeah.
And that'll tire you out pretty quick. So.
Yeah. You know, I think when people start a business, sometimes you don't realize how much goes into it. Do you have any advice for anybody, whether, you know, it's in the food industry or T-shirt company, anything?
Yes, sir, and that's a good question, and I'm all about the advice and helping. So a very wise man told me before, well, we were doing the build-out because we didn't have a general contractor. I had to do it all, and trust me, I'm no Bob Vila, man. I'm Tim the Toolman Taylor. Not as good with tools, but the advice, the advice I would give is what he gave me. Don't burn yourself out too quick. On the build-out, don't burn yourself out because that's just the start. You know, get rest while you can because first few months, it's a blur. I mean, it's literally a blur. I have hard time remembering certain parts of it. I remember the moments, you know, of triumph, if you will, where I'm getting emotional in there by watching a line of customers backed up on the meat case. You know, start crying in front of them all. That just sends the wrong impression. But definitely don't tire yourself out.
Yeah. So what's the difference? If somebody has never been to a locally owned, operated meat market, Stone Cold Meats, if somebody's never been before, you know, why should they go as opposed to, you know, going to, you know, a large grocery store or something like that? What's the difference that they can expect visiting you?
The quality. The quality of not only the product but the customer service. Our sole focus is high-quality products, high-quality customer service, and those two go hand in hand. You know, you can count all the times you've been to any store and not gotten the customer service that you wanted. We're all about that. We like to learn all about our customers, their kids, their jobs, all of that, what they're looking for, you know, and take good care of them. You know, we have an arrangement, a really good supply of local ranches with really top quality product that we keep, and the difference is, well, you taste the difference.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of love put into that product. So.
There's a comment here from our friend Tony. Him and his brother own Burger Nation. He said, we would love to get with Stone Cold to come up with a signature Stone Cold burger. I think that would be cool.
Come on, let's do it. I'm good with that. I'm definitely good with that.
Has there been other restaurants or people like to reach out to you and be like, hey, let's get a custom, like a steak or something here?
Yes, we have. And we didn't know initially that there was some restaurants, and I know their names, but they were buying from us for their restaurants, and we were none the wiser. They'd come in every other day, buy 8 or 10 steaks, certain cut, certain size. You know, and a lot of folks have done that, and you know, it's word of mouth.
You start to go, where are you taking these?
Yep. And you know, it's a different permit that's required, and some other things that are required, which we're all for, which we have. But, you know, we're just starting now to really get into the gourmet steakhouse and gourmet restaurant and all that. And it just comes back to supporting local. And there's a lot of amazing business owners out there that do great things. And we're just now starting. We have the time now to sit back and really get more involved with those guys.
Is that kind of surreal? Yeah. Like sitting back and being like, wow, you know, they're going to use our product and quality at their place.
Every time it happens, you know, it's one of those moments, you know, like, man, I dreamed of this the whole life, and now here it is. But and then the work never ends. Keeping that quality, keeping it going, you know. And I'm very interested though. Have them give me a holler, reach out on Facebook.
Cool. Check them out.
You're listening to 99.5 FM KHEA Radio. It's 9:35. We are talking to Sean Stone of Stone Cold Meats. Hey, Sean, I got a question here. This comes from Warden Ryan. I'm sure that's one of your buddies. And Warden's been asking. He goes, "You got any trophies in there?"
Just his.
Is that where he keeps his?
Yes. He has like 7 or 8 more that I want. I'm building a shelf just for his trophies. So,
cool.
Yeah. He's an okay cook. He can do some okay things. You know, he just wins like all the time. So,
who's he with? What's his cook-off team?
Business as usual. And he does a lot of cooking out there. Dude is an amazing.
Is he the one that we need to watch out for this taco cook-off?
You better watch out for him.
Are you gonna hold that taco trophy up, with him when you walk up there and be like, "That was my meat"?
I'll have a Rocky moment. I'll have a Rocky moment out there. I will. No. A lot of those guys, they come out there. I mean, that's what they do, And he's one of those that's just he's got a knack for it. He's one of the best out there.
Do you when you see like Los Primos win, grand prize Galveston County, do you like, hey, cut me off a little bit about that trophy? Like I just want
just the edge,
Yeah, slice it in half.
They work so hard for that. I have a hard time asking for anything like that. If because they put their time, their sweat into it, a lot of work, years and years of learning, so they get that trophy. By all means, brother, that is your trophy. And what all I really ask for is, which I don't even ask for it much, is just tag me on Facebook. Put us out there. That's all we need.
There's a seasoning place. Do you guys do like right in our backyard? Wild Bill's seasoning over here.
Okay.
Do you do seasoning out there, or is it just the meat?
Stone Cold Seasoning has a good ring to it.
We're working on it right now, so we're getting some stuff lined up. And when it comes to steak seasoning, you don't want to overdo it. A lot of guys complicate things. They get wild and wacky with all the ingredients, and a good steak, all it needs is salt, pepper, garlic. That's it. You know, and what we're doing to put a little twist on it is a mesquite smoked salt, pepper, garlic, a pecan smoked salt, pepper, garlic, a cherry wood smoked salt, pepper, garlic, and that just creates a whole new flavor. And that's really going to be our line of steak rubs. Brisket rubs, I'm talking to a couple guys like Mr. Warden Ryan and a couple other folks out there that do it for a living. About what they use, and there's so many secrets out there you can't even begin to scratch the surface with these guys and their seasonings. The
one thing that I think makes a cheeseburger amazing, it's not the seasoning that you put on it, it's what you cook it in. Mm-hmm. So I have started cooking like almost everything now in extra virgin olive oil. So even the meat, like the hamburger, putting it in that extra virgin olive oil, and it makes it taste amazing.
Rendered duck fat. That'll change your life, buddy.
How do you get that? Like, you just buy from the store?
You can get it at most stores. And then, of course, we have some in our shop, but you can get it from most stores.
Okay.
They have it right in there. You get a little container. You get a big old jug of it. Once you try that, though, I mean, steaks, burgers, all that stuff, it's a game changer.
I love when Curt tries to give cooking tips to people who have, like, won grand champion trophies, and he's like, guys, trust me, cook your burgers in.
I've never,
I grew up doing that, though, with olive oil. I did, and then I tried one time with rendered duck fat, and the wife and I were in the hill country somewhere, and we were just cast iron skillet, rendered duck fat. One of the best burgers I ever had.
Man, if restaurants started doing that, where they, instead of like just grilling the cheeseburgers, that they started grilling it in extra virgin olive oil or something like that, game changer. Because I had an avocado burger this weekend, and I won't say where, and I thought it laid flat because I've had my own, and it was like, just let me go back there and cook this myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I understand that, because it's hard to go to a steakhouse now. The wife and I, we can't go to a steakhouse now.
Yeah, because you're spoiled.
Yeah,
we're in the same category. Yeah.
Or you just bring your own meat. You're just like, all right, guys, here you go. Just a little bit of this, a little of that. I brought the seasoning. Actually, it's already done. So here, just
it's one of those things like, oh darn, we can't go to a steakhouse. And I feel bad saying it, but I mean, when you've had the best that Texas has to offer, go out there for a salad or something.
That makes sense.
Salad's healthy.
you just eat the steak at home. Eat the salad there.
Yep.
Take a dessert to go and have a good evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is another one from Warden, which we appreciate these questions, and they're coming in good. He said, "Do you carry choice briskets from RC Ranch?" Is this a real place? Okay.
Yes, RC is a ranch out of Angleton, and he knows that they don't make choice.
Oh, they don't?
Have choice cattle. No, they are Wagyu, and they are a top-notch ranch. Ryan Cade, what they do, they're in with Lighthouse Charities and some other folks. They're really good people doing things the right way. Angleton, we carry their whole line. We're their only retail right now, and they carry some good stuff. They definitely don't carry choice, though, Caleb.
Okay. So you had mentioned that earlier. You said like South Danbury, Danbury, Angleton, that Brazoria County. Is that a good like ranching hotspot?
It is. There's a lot of, and you can implement a lot of feed programs down there. The natural vegetation it works out. It complements a cattle ranch down there. A lot of guys I talk to, they've moved from Hill Country or North Texas south to be in that type of area. So which I'm all for. Come on, let's get more of y'all in Houston. Let's put you on a platform where we can really get names out there and support local, man. Support Texas. So.
With us not really seeing ranch, Curt had mentioned, he's like, I don't think of ranches when I think of our area, or even I grew up in Angleton, and I have a lot of friends from Danbury. I moved to Lamarck when I was about 10 years old, right? Mm-hmm. But I remember seeing cows, but not enough to be like, oh, that's a ranch.
The difference is I grew up in Nebraska, which is cow country.
That's the hub.
Right?
Yeah.
Like steaks and everything come from, Omaha steaks is,
They supply like the country. So a lot of cattle born in Texas or Wyoming or even out east in the Carolinas, Georgia, they're bred there, brought to Nebraska for feed programs. And the reason being the feed program and the weather. Now, they eat a lot of good stuff in Nebraska, one. Two, the weather and everything, it builds them up. It builds the cattle up. It's a higher prime programs, choice programs, all that. A lot of high-quality product comes out of Nebraska. It's really unfortunate this last year what happened up there. Did you have family up there?
I did.
Everybody okay?
Yeah, my aunt and uncle owned it was a pancake breakfast place, and it flooded out, which was kind of sad, but. Yeah. They're back open, I believe.
Back open. Everybody's good. Everybody's okay.
Yeah, Stack and Steak is the name of it, which is kind of cool. So you can get steak and also pancakes. So it's kind of like a family-owned, like Kelly's almost, which is cool.
That's awesome.
One of the things I was going to say with that too is I remember there's this place in Broken Bow, Nebraska, and it's like miles upon miles. Like I'm probably if I remember, it's like 4 or 5 miles worth of cattle. Mm-hmm. That's what they did. Like you drive up there and it was one cattle place, but it was 4 or 5 miles just cattle. Mm-hmm. When I think of ranches in Texas, I think of the Longhorn ranches. Do you guys carry Longhorn? And
I do have some Longhorn beef. It's an all natural grass fed out of Winnie. We have some of their product line out. But Longhorn, it's different from your other cattle. It's not going to be the tender as other cattle are. So I mean, there's people that want it and some people that don't. So we definitely have it available, but
it's not for everybody.
Exactly.
The other question that we got here, and I'm going to guess that this is a straight up no. Do you carry Wagyu chickens? And guess who said that?
I'm on Texas right now. Yeah, we do. We carry Wagyu, buddy.
I would try it. I mean, look, what's the difference? Okay,
I think he's at work right now too. That's the thing.
Texas boss.
Oh man! All right, he's having fun with this.
Yeah, but what makes these like choice? What makes it Wagyu? What makes it Kobe? Like, are they literally like singing to these cows, giving space, like massaging them, getting the?
Now there's some of that goes on overseas.
Okay.
With in terms of music and massaging and all that stuff. It's basically comes down to feed programs. A lot of Wagyu, they're doing, you get a hop diet, barley and hop. So what you would get in, adult beverages, you're going to have in their feed program, and it helps with the marbling and all that. And then you're going to have your basic grain-fed and, organic grain supplementation, stuff like that. And that leads to the marbling being choice, less marbled prime, more marbled Wagyu, looking like amazing.
Cool. So whenever cooking teams like Los Primos and cooking teams like
Chef Mary Bass's cooking team.
well, her husband's starting to smoke, Mr. Mary.
He's got some amazing stuff too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we were over at I've eaten a few times, but over at their Memorial Day party, we had the kids over. Everybody had to give us a great time.
Yeah.
And he was cooking for like 2 days, and that's the first time that my son ate a brisket.
Really?
I thought my son was going to be a vegetarian. Like, boy, you can be anything you want.
Were you concerned?
Yes, I was. And he took a bite of that brisket, and I had a single tear run down.
How old is he?
He's 3 years old.
Okay.
And he literally ate, I think, like almost a pound of brisket over at Miss Mary Bass's house.
Oh, that's awesome.
He did burn ends and all that, and yeah, him and there's a lot of good cooks out there.
It's about the burn ends though, right? Isn't that kind of like the best, the most flavor, everything, right?
Yeah. It's burn ends, man. You get a good glaze on there, good brown sugar. That is meat candy. You can do it with pork belly, beef. I've seen a couple other guys do it. We had some chocolate. Yeah, there's a chocolate coated burnt end that they did. That was lights out on that one. But you can have a lot of fun with the product. I'll tell you that much. You know,
mentioning Mr. Mary and the brisket that he's putting out, we've had his barbecue sauce that he has created. He actually dropped us off some. It's pretty legit.
I've got a jar in my fridge, and I put that on everything. I'm not even kidding. I mean, I was eating French fries with it last night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, we haven't had that barbecue in a long time. She hasn't brought us any. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's true. Yeah, we haven't.
I'm gonna flip this table.
Kurt, and a lot of people, you get really, really, really attached to food, especially barbecue. What is more Texas than barbecue? Is there anything that you can think of? Well, tacos, obviously they are a big part, but we have to say Mexican
Sean. I'm sorry. I answered for Sean.
Boy's all about his tacos this morning, man. You're all about that taco. You're making me really hungry with all this talk of tacos, though, man.
I walked in to the gas station this morning, and somebody saw me, and they're like, "Get this man a taco!" And was yelling it through the gas station. I'll pay for it.
I did not have breakfast on the way over, but I'm definitely going to go get some tacos after this. I guess working the land would be an extremely Texan thing, and just being good, looking out for one another. That's just the way that's what I learned.
Yeah,
and that's how I was raised. So.
How is the ranching scene? Do we need more ranches? Is that something that we're hey, we're about to run out, or we need more? Is it doing good, thriving?
I think instead of having more, I think we need to support the ones that we have. Because it's a tough business, and it's scary to go into any business, but particularly that. You have so much you have to do and take care of, and then you have to find ways to sell all of your cattle, and keeping that American dream going. So long ago, guys came over, started ranches, some of those guys still have the ranches that their great-grandparents or great-great-grandparents had, and a lot of pride involved in that, and we aim to just keep them going. It's a big thing, to not only support Texas, support local, but it's just the right thing to do.
Since John Wayne was no longer around, ranches, it's been really tough.
Hey, here's some more questions. Actually, whenever they were talking about the Wagyu chicken, Mary Bass said only a Chick-fil-A. That's where they sell the Wagyu
some
chicken.
Good chicken.
This is another question. Said, do you sell breaded chicken? You sell some seasoned stuff.
We sell marinated and dry rub stuff. We don't really do the breading, or we don't sell anything cooked. So no breaded. I mean, it's something we can arrange. That can always be worked out.
Yeah,
I've got the breading on hand, but we've kind of gotten away from not only obviously the MSGs and all of that stuff, but your starches and your breadings. So we're really on the keto trend.
Yeah,
we do a lot of pork rinds and almond flours and all of that to supplement for it to make everybody on keto make their life a little bit easier and enjoyable.
There's a bunch of people on keto. Keto is the thing.
It is, and it's a tough thing to do, man. And it's really. It benefits a lot of folks with health issues. So we saw that. We noticed it. We had a really close friend who was having a lot of trouble on keto, like he's a young man again, and that's not everybody's story, but, we see that, and, of course, we want to help them. You can only eat so much food that's bland and just what it is, so why not get creative? Why not get funky?
Yeah.
And have some fun with it? So
cool.
We're trying to keep that rolling.
Here's a comment from Matthew. He said, shout out from Ron Carter, Hyundai, and Air Technology Fajita Champions.
Fajita Champions. What up, Matt?
He said, let's talk fajitas. Let's talk a little bit of fajitas.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, there's beef and chicken, right? Or can you can, I see some seafood fajitas sometimes, but like, what do y'all carry? Do y'all season some of that as well?
Yes, we do. So we have a variety of fajita marinades. Only one generally out in the case most of the time. Others are upon request, which we're still getting that structured up so we can sell it accordingly. It's the cut of meat, and traditionally you're going to have inside skirt. It's going to be the good old-fashioned fajita, which is all good and great, and then you have your outside skirt, which is better.
Mm-hmm.
The game changer is sirloin flap. That really changed the game on fajitas. A lot of our customers in League City initially had no idea what it was. It doesn't sound all that appealing. It's flap,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really jump out at you, and
Flappy,
So yeah, exactly, right. And it's a great muscle for fajitas, and that's what we sell. That's what these guys are winning their fajita cooks with. Matty Bill over there and Jeff Muleton, Air Technology, League City. That's what they won on is Wagyu sirloin flap. And
wow,
that changes fajitas for everyone.
Yeah,
it cooks just like a fajita. It cuts just like a fajita. Keep this in mind for your tacos over there, sir. It's a game changer on it.
We've judged a couple of cook-off competitions recently. The Tech City Firefighter games on 6th Street. Mm-hmm. They have a cook-off, and fajitas is one of the things that we were able to judge.
Yes, sir.
Man, and there's a lot that goes into cooking a meat. I know, but like judging the meat, because my taste and his taste is different.
Totally
but some
different.
of them,
yep.
Man, it's a big task, but it's fun.
It's a difficult thing to do because those guys generally when they're doing it at cook-offs, they're professionals.
Yeah,
and it's all good. So you got to be picky, and that's hard to do. And every time I eat fajitas, I just like fajitas.
Yeah,
fajitas are awesome. You wrap something up in a flour tortilla or corn tortilla, and I'm good to go.
I know we were getting fussed at because like I brought in my own tortillas. Like, oh, we're judging fajitas, so I'll just bring my own in my pocket, and I'm sneaking out. I have one of those Lupe tortilla ones, so it's like as big as like 4 of my heads, and I was just like tearing off, and they caught me, and you get fussed at.
They're not going to do that at our taco cook-off on October 12th.
The tortilla is provided.
Yeah, it's got to be. So that's the fun thing about our taco cook-off. It's based on the meats. So you can bring if you feel that your meat is better with a corn shell, you can do it in a corn shell. If you want to do it in a soft taco, you can do it in a soft taco. Whatever you want to do, you get that choice, and then the judges get to decide. So there's not a flour tortilla section. It's everything up against it just based on the meat.
Man, there's nothing better than a good old homemade corn tortilla. There's nothing better.
I don't like corn tortilla.
Some barbacoa, cilantro, lime.
Yeah, you've had corn tortillas like most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, street tacos, they'll come in those, and I don't know, he's not from here. I'm sorry, I have to apologize to everybody watching, but
look, Nebraska's got great meat.
I'm sure y'all do. And Mary said, that's about it. That's the only thing good to come in. Did you see that comment on there?
Tom Osborne. No. Nebraska football.
Okay, talking about Stone Cold Meats. Yes, if somebody has something that they hunted, or they have some meat and they want it processed, is that something y'all offer as well?
Yes, we do processing. We didn't really advertise it the first year. We ended up doing it was well over 500 orders and about 600 plus animals last year. We did not expect that. We were kind of caught, very unexpected. So there's a lot of late nights. But yes, we process all that, all animal. We do, nalgai, axis, oryx, all of it. All the wild stuff, we've talked a lot with the health department about stuff. The only thing I'm finicky on is feral hog. I don't like that coming into the market.
Why is that?
Just reasons being it's feral hog, and if I am going to do feral hog, it's going to be after hours, and all that. But we do all the wild game needs. We got it covered.
What's a feral hog? Like what?
Wild hog. Texas hog.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that a bad thing?
They're invasive species. It's all year round. The hunting season is now. There's no trap limit or anything. They're taking over. They're rooting up fields, ruining farmers' crops. Messing with a lot of stuff. So it's a big thing now to kind of try and clear that up, and they're having a heck of a time with it. So
here's another question from Mike Hightower. He said, "Sean, do you think you'd ever put together your own barbecue cook-off team one day?"
Yes, Mr. Hightower, sir. We're it's in the works. I don't the time. blessed, not busy, but the time is the big thing to get out and actually go to these events.
Yeah, someone just needs the name. I feel like they'd be like, okay, we need the name, your blessing.
I've got two guys. I've got two guys that want to do it, and they'd be Stone Cold Cookers. And there's some big dogs out there on the IBCA circuit. So, there's a lot that goes into that. We'd have, a lot. The first year, it feels like we've been open 5 years. The first year's really, really gone off. So there's a lot we have to work on, and we're just trying to keep it all in front of us right now. But Stone Cold Cookers is a thing that's coming up. Stay tuned on that one.
Stone Cold Cookers.
It goes
I feel
good.
like it's like a grill or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad idea either.
Stone Cold.
I'll take some of your ideas. So
Just keep me around. I'm going to throw out all these great ideas.
Put you on payroll, man. Come on.
So we got
I'll give you a vacation, I promise.
Yeah, no vacation here. That's your best bet, Kurt. You better go work for Stone Cold. Stone Cold me.
Do you got the application? Let's go. I'm looking for any opportunities. With
Employee
vacation.
16. Hey, so we have about 3 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share a little bit, I guess, about what the future holds? And I know we've touched on it, but if you could accomplish anything in this next year, what would it be? What's the goal for Stone Cold in going into year 2 right here, starting in July?
Involving ourselves, we've been involved. There's two things that's important to us and our core values. Being more involved with charities in the local area and helping out more people that need help. That's a big thing to us. We take that very seriously. And then, expanding. We want to expand a little bit. Now, we were dabbling in the second location. We kind of drew back from that. It's a business plan now. It will happen. It's going to be in the future, but expanding our current location.
Okay.
That's our focus now, and just becoming larger and having more to offer to the public.
You know what you need? You need a store in Lamarck.
I've heard South Shore. I've heard Lamarck. I've heard Galveston. I've heard a lot of stuff. So there's my wife. She studied and planned on this for, bless that woman, 6 months for the location, 5 months, and she went through it all. Just finding the location. There's a lot that goes into picking a location, and it's always location.
For sure.
We'll send you a This is Lamarck video, and then you'll want to bring your business.
And we'll edit you in. We'll put it back. Be like, you'll have a good
be
spot.
the feature.
I would, I'd love to be. There's a lot that we're planning on and working on, and it's all coming up. It's all happening pretty fast too. So.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Thank y'all for the support. And we support back. So anything we can do in the community to help, everybody knows. Don't be shy. Come and talk to us. And thank you for shopping with us. We appreciate every single customer and their family. We're going to do our best to take good care of our customers. So.
How phone number, social media? If you're listening right now and you haven't liked Stone Cold Meats, invite people to go like the page.
281-456-3200. It'll either be me, Matthias, or Daniel, or my wife answering the phone. And we got you covered, whatever you're looking for.
All right.
And Warden Ryan's competition chickens, Wagyu chicken.
Wagyu. Okay, it's 9:58. We're going to take a quick break. Thank you so much, Sean, for joining us
Thank
today.
y'all for having me, man. It's been a great time. Thank you.
Go check out Stone Cold Meats and give them a like on Facebook. Go visit the location and, pick up that competition Wagyu chicken, and, it'll change your life. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM.
All right, guys, if you're watching right now, make sure that you go and also like KHEA Radio on Facebook. We're trying to grow our numbers a little bit. We have some goals that we want to do, and that taco cook-off that's taking place October 12th. All you have to do is just follow along KHEA Radio, and we'll give you all of the details as it gets closer.
That's about to take our life over, that taco cook-off. We're excited.
It's a lot of work, John.
Well, that's what we've learned.
Y'all
And
need some help?
you probably, yes.
Some help? I know people that do this for a living.
We would love it. We'd love it.
They would love to do this, and they would just do it out of, goodness of who they are.
Okay.
They would love to come by and help. I'll talk to a couple guys, see if they're not. The IBCA circuit is finalizing right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's rocking and rolling until the 30th of June, and then there's a lull. So I think you'll hit that sweet spot. It starts back up. Guys really get out hitting it hard in October, but at least to plan the event, it's the 12th of October, right?
Yes, it's a Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, to plan that, they'd have plenty of free time.
The IBC, we're going to get this an IBC event.
They need to introduce
I
tacos.
hope it, not this one.
Okay.
But in the future.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to get Mr. Sherry, president of IBCA. He's a busy guy. So there's a lot of changes.
You can shoot us his phone number. We won't mind.
I have his Facebook.
That works.
He's on
That
Facebook.
works.
Yeah,
We'll
I messaged him
we'll-
on Facebook. He's Greg Sherry, Texas Pepper Jelly, president of IBCA. He's good people. So,
Somebody write. Are you writing this down? Texas pepper jelly. IBC. I don't know.
a lot of good guys out there. They'd love
Cool.
to help you all out. So. That's what it's all
How
about.
did we get so
It's
many
a tight
pins?
community, man. You know,
Yeah.
it's really tight out there.
That's cool.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of
we'd
good
love to interview him either on the phone or bring him in, or I don't know if he's local or where he's at, but
Oh goodness, where is he out of? He's local, but not too local. You know
Sure.
how what Texas is. Local
Mhm.
can be 3 hours away, but you know. All right,
cool.
I've got to go make sure it's not on fire over there right now.
Well, last time, me and Kurt were talking about this a little bit before, but about y'all hadn't been open too long, and you were scheduled to come in, but you're like, guys, I got in, the electricity is out.
Yeah.
And,
That was a bad day.
and being a small business is like,
Yeah.
I mean, we got
Yeah.
to do something. I have meat, I have everything. The business, this needs to take priority. We're like, okay, we understand.
Yeah,
So
sorry
I'm-
about that. That was
No, it's all good.
No, it was a guy. It was Air Technology, Jeff Muleton. He owns the not refrigeration, but Air Technology heating and air conditioning. And he was giving me some guff about being off. And on a Monday, he's like, "Who closes on a Monday? The Astros are playing." We were just going back and forth, friendly banter. I was like, "All right, we'll go open the doors. Right, just calm down, quit talking smack. We'll go open the doors." And we go up there, we open the doors, and everything's off. That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good at all.
Yeah.
So of course I panicked, and then it was just a cleanup, and it had been off for 6 hours, I think, maybe 5 hours, which everything holds temps like a cooler.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll stay cold for a day or two, but still, yeah, that was a moment of panic. You're talking about $80,000 in inventory, in excess of 90 to 100 if you count the coolers out front. So that was only a little nerve-wracking.
I bet, man.
Well, I went a little gray that day.
Yeah.
Probably lost a little bit up top. But, it's all good. All is well that ends well, and it ended.
Yes.
So,
That's
and
good.
to this day, I still owe that man for that, because if it had gone a couple days, we'd have been. That's our losses.
Yeah.
Our insurance at the time, no good. We found out about that afterwards. We thought we had good insurance. We did not. So we would have literally lost $70,000.
It's a lot.
Yep. Oh man, I'm blowing up here.
But then you found out, so you're able to to get that.
Yeah,
that
so
situated.
he comes in and I'm like, "I'm buying your steak this time, dude." Every time it's on me. Don't worry about it.
Got your
you know.
Wagyu chicken right
Yeah,
here.
got your
Wagyu
Wagyu chicken.
It was gonna go bad anyways. It's like Bangarang from the movie Hook.
Yeah.
It's like
Good stuff.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey, thank you.
Anytime you want to come on again, please let us know.
Thank you.
we need to come check you out.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I'm a nervous public speaker. I think I lightened up a little bit in the middle there somewhere.
You did
That
great.
shaky voice, but
You did great. For
You did
sure,
fantastic,
I'm
Sean.
a little bit more funny. I'm not always nervous.
Yeah, we want to come back and do like a live social media thing. We were planning on doing one, but then we had talked. That was right whenever Joe Perez was coming to do, which turned out great.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, we'll give him time, because if you release something on it, we're friends, but the schedule of stuff. So
Yeah. No, he that day he did the interview. The wife and I, we hadn't slept right in about 2 days. The kids hadn't slept right. We had one sick, and everybody was man down.
yeah,
So literally, when we did that video, I think my wife and I collectively had about 8 hours of sleep in 2 days.
Oh,
So
man.
we looked a little rough. I told him, I was like, "Joe, man, we got to do another one."
Well,
You know,
Joe-
I'll send the kids off to San Antonio with the grandparents. We can sleep for a few days, and that way I can be.
well, it turned out great.
It
It was good. It was good.
He's a good dude. And we
For
had some
sure.
Fun with that. That got our doors kicked in on Christmas. that we're still limping from that one.
Oh man.
Y'all take care.
Hey.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey, did y'all enjoy that? That was Sean Stone. We hope to bring Sean back. Maybe we can go check out his spot. I saw Jennifer Fuller on here. We had planned. We were gonna go. We were gonna go to us and Jennifer. We were gonna go do like this a social media thing, kind of check it out together, and then that's whenever we had found like, hey, Joe's about to drop his video. Let's wait, and that way we can space out just certain little things. What's up?
Good morning.
How's it going?
Good.
That's
How are
good.
you?
Doing pretty good. We're excited. So we were just talking about meat. We were talking about tacos, the taco cook-off that's coming.
Yes, in October.
Yeah, we are excited. There's a lot going on.
Awesome.
There's a lot going on.
The one thing that, for those of you who are still tuning in, we're going to be talking about tacos. There's tons and tons of tacos. This is our taco expert. She goes to taquerias all over the Houston area.
Maybe the
Yes, I
world.
do.
And I think that you
Eventually.
know where the best tacos are.
Some of the best tacos, definitely.
Yes.
You
Ready
can go
to-
ahead. Yeah, move that up. Move it
Can you hear
closer.
me?
Do what you got to do.
No, it's.
Oh,
Oh,
you
it's
gotta.
the double headphones. Here,
Oh, okay.
if you move them both off, then it'll stay where it needs to go. But hey, if you're watching on
Oh.
Facebook, did you share this video out? Did you enjoy talking to Sean Stone? And we enjoyed y'all's interaction and questions,
There we go.
even about the Wagyu chicken. That's funny.
Jesus chicken is even better. We had Chick-fil-A in here, and you know how hard it was not to call them Jesus chicken?
I feel like it shouldn't be that hard.
Like it is.
I don't think it's
like-
that hard, Kurt.
No, he just doesn't have self-control. Did you catch it? All of the stuff about Kurt's like IQ testing, how it's like on the lower side.
I heard a bit of that earlier, just that it's at 83.
Yeah.
That's all. I don't
Apparently-
know if is that low?
They say they
So-
say 85 to 105 is like average, so it's below
Well,
average.
Maybe it was just, maybe if you take it again, it'll be.
Well, yeah, if I take it again, I'm not
85.
taking it around Gardy, who's like the biggest distractor during testing ever. Ever. He's
He's-
the worst.
I'm not. Oh my goodness. And they said that you can't take that same test again because it's going to be the same question.
You have to wait like 6 months.
But to be fair, like there were questions on there where it asked you something and then you couldn't remember it anyway. So I doubt you remember. It was like
That was a hard test.
the cow jumped over the moon. How many cows are there? He's like, I don't. How many cows were there? How much was
No,
remember
they
this?
would
Oh my
say
gosh,
like
oh my
the
gosh.
cow jumped over the moon and the spoon went and hung on with the fork. How many forks were there or something like that? And you're like, you don't know how many. It just said the forks, like 8? I don't know. It
Yeah,
was ridiculous.
it's okay.
It was the stupidest test I've ever taken in
Well,
my
I
life.
kind of want to take one now.
Yeah.
And it's like, here, take a look at this picture. We're going to make this picture disappear. Now tell us, what one was not in the picture? And you're like, there were like 80,000 things in that picture. How are you supposed
That
to know?
I didn't see.
Yes, how are you supposed to know? Like, was that lion in the picture? I don't know.
And like puzzles, like okay, here's a puzzle, and now put it back together. Or like where was it? And he's like, I don't know. Yeah, it was
Is it
really
timed?
interesting. A portion of it was timed. There was like 3 sections, and I think one half of a section was
There was 10 parts.
Was time.
And also, I was on a time crunch because I was trying to get out of here so that I had a thing to do. I had to, people were waiting on me, and so obviously
That adds pressure.
It was a 45-minute test, which he knew like going into it all day.
I was not planning on me taking the test.
Well, that's just poor planning, poor time management.
But I was like literally like fixing the cables. And
It's
they're
not
like,
his fault. He has an 83 IQ, so at the end of the day, we can't blame him too much.
Gardy was like, hey, you're going to take this test. I'm like, okay, I guess I am. I wasn't planning on it.
He knew he was taking the test again. 83, and that's now he's like, well, now you can't fire me, and now I have justification for everything.
Like, I'm an idiot.
for
Make it-
any and everything.
I'm an idiot. You can't blame me for that. Kurt, you didn't do your work yesterday. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
Hey, here's
Can't fire me.
here's a comment. It says, "Hi, wander through." What is wander through?
That is the name of my blog where I cover food and books and different hidden gems in the Houston area.
That's cool.
And by food, I mostly talk about tacos.
Yes, talking about tacos.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you perfectly on here. I was
Just
just moving
flip
it
the
to
camera
left.
back. That's what I'm saying.
It looks good.
Okay. You're fine.
I know. It looks great. Yeah, it looks really good.
Usually when people say you're fine.
You're not fine.
Yeah.
Hey, put that camera shot back on there so we can show her. Well, it'll take like 10 seconds, but no, it looks fine. Whenever you did the 3, which we'd have to realign, it was perfect. She was pretty lined up because that's where Sean was sitting. But
Okay. I just thought maybe there was a little bit of headroom behind.
well, you know what? I mean, there could be.
Okay. It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
So
Was
wander
everybody
through.
everybody fine after Kurt's distracted me? I was trying to listen to what you were saying, but
Yes.
yeah.
So anyways, the name of my blog is Wander Through, and I cover food and books and then hidden gems in Houston and around in the surrounding areas. And by food, I mostly cover taquerias every Thursday. And now we're building up content for Taco Ventures, which is a video segment where I actually cover what I'm eating, and it's a lot of fun to film.
Is it Taco Ventures or Taco Venture? Because I've never the graphic says Taco Venture, but we call it Taco Ventures. I think I need to update the graphic on that.
Maybe you should, because it's multiple ventures.
It is, and the number 3 one was just sent to us today.
Yes.
So maybe tomorrow we'll be able to get to that where we can drop another segment. Where did you go this time?
I went to Taqueria Puro Jalisco, and they are in Pasadena, Texas.
Ooh.
So that place is really good. I hadn't been there in a while. I kind of honestly forgot how delicious their tacos are.
Yeah.
So.
Have people been sending you suggestions now that they've seen it?
Yes, I actually got a couple of messages from some friends, some Facebook friends who follow the page, and then I share it out on my personal page.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, I know someone that has a taqueria, or I know one. Like, make sure you add it to your list. So that's cool.
I love
sure.
that the different taquerias have different like names that are like really super hard for me as a taco lover. I do love tacos, but some of those taquerias I can't say. It's like Taqueria El Gato.
Can you even say taqueria?
Taqueria.
You're like taqueria.
And usually the names of the taquerias are based on either the family name or where they're from in Mexico. And it'll kind of tell you what sort of
Style.
food they specialize in.
So
Yeah.
when it says scorpion,
Alacran, well, maybe it's just very spicy. I don't know. Well, el alacran, I mean, usually it's a surname or where they're from, or they could just be creative, like el taquito,
Mm-hmm.
el alacran. But then
the last
one
one
of
was
the food
gato,
trucks,
right?
No, you're just
no,
making that up.
Gouveia. And that was the last name of the owner of the truck. Because I asked the woman who was helping us out.
Where'd it come from?
Mhm.
Cool.
And their family name is Gouveia.
Okay. So we have this comment from the Moore Memorial Public Library, and it says, grab the tacos of Texas, author Rayo Mondo. And I remember we were talking about this last time, but you can literally learn anything at the library.
Absolutely. And I really love our cookbook section. We have so many, and they're just really good cookbooks. Like any sort of diet that you're looking to try or any cuisine, we've got it covered.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people are often surprised when they come in and ask for something very specific, like some of the diets, the paleo diets and the keto diets. And then we have people coming in asking for Indian cuisine and Tex-Mex cookbooks, barbecue cookbooks.
Mm-hmm.
So like people who like Sean, if you're trying to learn how to use stone cold meats or how to use some of those stuff inside of like a grill or to cook some of that stuff, you could use that from the library and look it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got everything from beginning barbecue to I need to try some new stuff. I'm a seasoned griller, and I'm trying to expand my skill set. So.
Yeah, I noticed a post that showed up on my Facebook feed yesterday. It was Ronnie Killen, the gentleman who owns like Killen's Barbecue, and there's some other places. But he's written books and kind of just like describing like, hey, this is what I do, this is my story.
Mm-hmm.
So you can literally learn how to smoke meat or like autobiographies or everything.
And so they don't just jump right into the recipes. A lot of times the chefs behind the cookbooks give you some a look into how they came to be where they are, what influences them, what their pantry looks like, what they like to cook with, and how you can acquire similar spices and meats and cheeses, things like that, and herbs. And then they jump into the recipes. So, they're a total experience.
That's cool. We have about 53 seconds left, and then we're going to go on the FM as well. I'm excited to learn about the change that maybe has already started, that is coming to the library. We drove by yesterday on the way to the police station in Texas City.
I was getting arrested. It was not a fun event.
Uh-oh.
But he's here today. Somehow I was hoping he'd at least like let him spend the night to learn a lesson, but I don't think he'll ever learn. So 25 seconds. But there's a lot of change coming.
Yes, and we are gearing up for it. We did a massive amount of books. We've put them up for sale for the Friends group, and then we donated a ton of books that we removed from the collection to surrounding groups.
Okay, here we go. We got 5 seconds.
How you love me.
Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
We got Paloma from the Moore Memorial Public Library in studio. What's up, Paloma?
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. You know, we were looking at the calendar, maybe even yesterday, and we kind of like run through like, okay, what's going on for the day before, just kind of get a rough run through. And he's like, hey, Paloma's coming in. And Curt was like, already?
He always says that.
I know.
It goes by so fast. The months just kind of just roll.
Yeah, they really do.
Does it feel that way for you too, though? It's like, oh, I already have to go back?
I look forward to it.
Okay,
I don't know how
good.
Curt feels about it, but I look forward to
I
it.
love this. I love being able to talk. It's the only place where listeners and the radio world get tacos and library together. I've never seen that together ever.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been done before.
Yeah, but now it has. So we're blazing a trail for everybody else to follow.
Is the Moore Memorial Public Library gonna sponsor the taco cook-off?
Can we do that somehow? I know you're listening, library.
I know Luke is listening.
Luke, can we do this? We need sponsors.
There are tons of sponsorship options for you.
Oh.
You know, so if you wanted to just put your name on some of the sponsorship stuff, I feel like a taco library is a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, it's benefiting
Definitely.
the United Way right there in Texas City. So we're teaming up with them and have some cool stuff going.
Awesome. Sounds like a lot of fun, and I know the library would love to be involved.
We'll get y'all involved
So
somehow.
you're saying yes to the sponsorship of the taco cook-off taking place October 12th in Lamarck.
Yes.
All right.
So Luke, can you kind of walk us through like Luke's role at the Moore Memorial Library and then what your role is if somebody is not familiar with you yet?
Sure. Let's see. So Luke is our library director. He oversees all of the staff. He oversees 6 professional librarians, and then I believe we have 12 support staff, including our part-time workers. He also manages collection development, purchasing of books. He creates the budget, and he is the face of the library for the city of Texas City at the commissioners' meetings and other meetings that they have at the city. And so he promotes the library to other departments, connects us with them. And Luke has been at Moore Memorial Public Library for, and I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 8 or 9 years.
Wow.
So he was the young adult librarian, and then he was the assistant director, and now he is the library director.
Wow.
Yes. So he knows that library in and out, and the community as well.
Yes. That's a long time to be at a job, especially, and then working, your way up. So Luke, we've had the opportunity to hang out with him and meet him and work on some projects together that y'all had put together. Are y'all going to be doing that again where it was the food drive with the Galveston County Food Bank?
I'm not entirely sure. That kind of depends on when we reopen after the library's renovation. So we are closing in August, and we're looking to be closed anywhere from 3 to 4 months. So that lands us right around November at the 4-month mark. So
here's my question about this. Y'all are going to be closed for a long time. What happens to the 7 full-time staff and 2 part-time support staff? What are y'all going to be doing?
Did you just have to look down and look at the comments and make sure you got it right?
So we are going to move offsite. We are going to be at what people call the annex building, where the city engineering department is. And so they've got space for all of us to kind of move all of our workstations over there. And although we won't be working with the public, which we will miss, we will be spending full attention and time on projects related to the collection. So we will be continuing to weed books that we haven't finished.
Yes.
We have a ton of books. We haven't finished weeding them all. We'll be still cataloging new books and
Weeding
processing
or
them.
reading?
Weeding.
Yeah, it sounds
Removing them from the collection based on their circulation frequency and subject coverage too. So if they haven't checked out in a very long time, then we'll make space for newer books on the subject.
You know, whenever you were saying like not open to the public, are y'all gonna have to change y'all's name to the Moore Memorial Private Library like for like the 4 months that y'all are closed, and then be like, okay, we're public again?
We're just gonna be Moore Memorial Library.
Not open to the public, not open to the private. The librarians are at the annex building and they're working, so don't bother them because they're not for you right now.
And we're hoping to kind of make opportunities for us to be out at places, at different organizations, kind of like a library pop-up.
Cool.
We know that a lot of our users rely on us for internet access. We're kind of their link to the world. A lot of people do walk to the library, ride their bikes, and so us closing, you know, we don't like it, but it's for the good of the library, and we hope that they really enjoy what we're doing for them, because really this is all for them.
Sorry, go ahead.
When are y'all going to open up again? One more time? The plan? I know everything's subject to change.
3 to 4 months, so maybe like late October, early November.
Okay, so if we had a library pop-up at the Talk of Taco Cook-Off, that may be possible. That'd be really fun as a booth
that
there.
would be cool.
I was just going to suggest, because at some point, you know, the taco library needs to become a taco library. Is there going to be a taco pop-up inside of the library?
Oh my gosh, imagine if on our reopening day we have taco trucks
That would
at the
be awesome.
library.
It's the only library in the entire nation where they have a taco expert.
Hey, I love it. We should do it.
Be
Help us
awesome.
make it happen.
We know some taco trucks. Maybe we'll just send them that way. So it's like, okay, this weekend you're at the Taco Cook-Off. Next weekend the library's open back up, so everybody just set up there, right there, you know, in the parking lot, I guess.
Yeah, in the parking lot.
It would work. You know, there's a lot of programs in the middle of summer that I'm assuming are taking place. You know, what do y'all have going on with the little guys?
So I brought a list because we have so many going on. I can't possibly remember them all.
Yes.
So in addition to our story times every Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 10 a.m., we have additional programs in the afternoons and on Thursdays and Friday mornings. So I'll start with the ones that are recurring. So every Friday morning, we have Lego Free Build, and that's for ages 6 to 14. And so they can come in and just play with all of our Legos.
Wow. Yo, how many do y'all have? Is it a lot?
It's a lot.
I feel like it would be a lot.
We have a ton.
Yeah, if you open it up to everybody, it's like, hey, everybody 6-14, yeah, come play.
Yes.
That'd be fun, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and kids love it. And it's, you know, it's not that you have to build anything in particular. So kids just love being able to have like no limits on what they can do. And so Tuesday mornings, we have our toddlerific story time. That's ages 1 to 3. And so they can come in with their parents and sit down for story time, sing a little song and blow bubbles and just have a good time. And then Wednesday mornings, ages 3 to 5 are welcome to our preschool story time. And so they, in addition to stories, bubbles, and singing, they also do a craft too. And so there's a weekly theme this summer for those story times.
Okay.
For ages 3 to 5. So coming up, let's see here. Actually, tomorrow we have our first ever cooking class
At the library?
Yeah, so we have Chef Jimmy coming to the library.
Jimmy Graves,
and
right?
Yes, and he's going to walk ages 5 to 12 through making quesadillas and fruit kebabs.
So historically, food has not been allowed in the library, but I guess since y'all are renovating everything, it's just like all the rules go out the window, anything goes. We're about to renovate anyway.
It's not a
spill your
free-for-all
drink.
at the library.
Like
Negative.
I mean,
So, super top secret. Only people who come to our programs would know this, but we often have food,
Yeah.
snacks,
Times are changing.
drinks.
I get Cheetos
At our programs.
all over the books. Like I just like.
So now whenever we get books at the library, we're just gonna blame Kurt.
Cheeto
Yes.
fingers.
I know who it is.
Yesterday I had
Kurt
a really
Cheeto
good
fingers.
double sandwich with like Cheetos inside of it. That is just good.
Yeah.
I'm
I
a
agree,
Cheeto
because-
fingo. You got to have the Cheeto fingers.
You got this?
Yes.
So you're going to have Chef Jimmy there, and he's going to be walking kids and anybody who wants to participate
Ages
how to
5
make-
to 12.
5
yes.
to 12. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What time is that?
That's at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Nice.
Thursday, June 20th. And then next Tuesday, another super fun program, Hey Mikey's Ice Cream. It's going to be at the library, and ages 5 to 12 are learning the science of making ice cream.
Oh.
That sounds like a blast.
Have you ever made ice cream?
No.
I have never made ice cream either, but I know I'm guessing like ice and cream, and then you just kind of combine
you
it
freeze
with
it?
flavors, and it just works. But I'm interested to see that.
My grandma used to make her homemade ice cream, and it was in a little machine, and you spin it around, and you spin it around, and then you put it in the freezer and freeze it. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good that way. It's delicious.
Is it pretty hard work?
I don't think it's a lot of work. No, it's if you have the machine to do it and you have the ingredients, you can easily make your own homemade ice cream.
All right.
And I wonder what flavors they're going to make.
Hey, Mikey's has some pretty good flavors.
What ice cream are you generally reaching for? Are you a big fan of ice cream?
I am, but anything with chocolate.
Chocolate.
Anything with chocolate in it. I'm simple. Just anything with chocolate, no fruit. I don't.
Yeah,
I
no-
don't
no
do
fruit?
Ice cream. I don't do fruity.
like
ice
strawberries and anything like that.
cream.
What about you, Kurt?
It's not a favorite of mine.
I like something that has like the cookie or something like crunchy in there a little bit. So they have to have it could be anything, but as long as it has like a certain crunch or something different than just ice cream. So like if you have like is it called like a la mode when you put the ice cream on top of like a brownie?
Oh yes.
That's what I really like.
Me too.
Yeah.
Same.
Hey, Mikey's, they're located, I guess, on 6th Street. They have a location
Yes, they
right
are.
over there in Texas City.
And they also have a place in Galveston as well.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a chocolate fan. And right now I'm doing like this 6-week thing where I'm like doing this stuff, right? So I'm not allowed to eat any dessert for the next 4 weeks, but
So you couldn't come to the Hey Mikey's program.
I could come
you
watch.
Could spectate.
I can watch, and I have pretty strong willpower. Like I could even make some and be like, I'm not gonna eat any. You know what I
Good
mean?
for you.
But it would be fun. I feel like it would be fun to learn how to do that, and then to be able to like customize, chocolate, strawberry, just make it look pretty,
Yes.
and be like, does it taste good? What does it taste like? What does it taste like?
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
And walk away.
somebody. So that's next Tuesday.
Yeah, June 25th, and that's at 10 a.m. for children ages 5 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wednesday, June 26th at 2 p.m., kids ages 10 to 12 can come in and design a T-shirt. So we've got T-shirts of different sizes and different iron-ons.
Nice.
And they can just come and have fun and walk out with a cool shirt.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember doing something like that when I was a kid, like a craft, like in the summer. My mom being like, "Here you go, some markers that you could iron. It would be permanent or
Tie-dye
different stuff."
shirts.
Oh yeah,
I made a lot of tie-dye shirts. as a
It's the
kid.
best.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And let's see. So Thursday, June 27th at 10 a.m., ages 5 to 12 again, we're going to have sun power solar activities. So they're going to be making s'mores outside using the sun. And they're going to also be doing other like solar activities outside.
How does that even work?
I'm curious as well. Actually, it was funny. Last week at the library, like in our little staff lounge, we all saw marshmallows and chocolate and graham crackers piled on the table. And usually when things are piled on the table, that means
Like, go for it.
staff can dive
Oh,
in.
yeah.
But somehow we all knew to just pause on that. And then I read that they're going to be making s'mores at this program. So they were just accumulating massive amounts of marshmallows and
So
chocolate.
Are they going to use like a lens like a magnifying glass like you did for like the ants when you were little?
What? I never did that.
You didn't burn ants?
I didn't either.
No.
That was like the not nice kid in
Didn't
Toy
Sid-
Story.
Yeah, Sid did that in Toy Story.
You kind of look like him a little bit now that we bring it up. That's weird. Did you know? So that was you. Were you like burning toys and
quiet.
like,
I
ants?
wasn't burning toys. I was
Torturing
burning the
ants? What'd they do to you?
I
Did they-
know, poor ant.
It was fun. It was science.
Did you also like kick their ant pile too?
Oh, yeah.
And then you
Ant
get mad.
piles?
Why'd they bite me? Like kicking
Well,
them.
we didn't have red ants in Nebraska, so I learned that the first time I golfed in Texas. I was just golfing away, and then all of a sudden I'm like standing there, and I'm like, what is
So when an ant bit you, what happened? Like over the Nebraska ants, does it hurt?
Do they have ants?
They don't bite. Like
What?
they're normal brown ants. That brown ants don't bite. Red ants are the fire ants are the ones that bite you.
Okay, I feel like Luke, we need a fact check. Maybe like the history
Yes,
of
please.
ants. the movie Ants. I need to watch it again.
But I stood
Insects.
on the
Bug's
anthill, and I was
Anything.
like, what the heck? And the guy I was golfing with, Forrest, was like,
It's an ant.
Hey, you're standing on an ant pile. And I was like, does that mean I can move the ball closer to the hole? So, yeah.
Yeah. A Bug's Life, which you could probably rent at the Moore Memorial Public Library. That's an option. So it's 10:30. This is KHEAradio.com, 99.5 FM. We're talking to Paloma, who's with the Moore Memorial Public Library. She also has a blog, Wander Through, and we're talking about these programs. These, a lot of them are like 5 to 12 years of age, which is pretty cool. Is that the most active group, or like who y'all cater to the most, or it's really all over the place?
Well, really, we're trying to cater during the summer to 18 and under. Since they're out of school, they're free all day. We try to have as many programs as we can for different age groups. And so the ones I've been talking about have been for ages 5 to 12 and then 10 to 12. But then we also have programs for ages 12 to 18. And those are our teen programs.
Cool.
Yeah. So tomorrow at 2 p.m., ages 12 to 18 can come to our Oreo Taste Test Challenge.
What? I need some explanation.
Yeah, so participants are going to be blindfolded and given different flavored Oreos, and they're going to have to guess the flavors.
There are so many flavors of Oreos now.
There are. And Megan was doing some mad research the past couple of months to find some really good, challenging flavors.
Yes. There's so many, though. I feel like you would get to the point where it's like, please, no more Oreos. I've already eaten like 1 million. I can't eat another Oreo. It's almost like torture, and it's like, this is supposed to be fun, but we have them blindfolded shoving Oreos. What flavor is it? It's ice cream.
Tell us the flavor.
Yeah. They have like double stuff, like half stuff, triple stuff.
They have birthday cake, red velvet,
Ice cream.
pistachio, mint,
Vanilla. Like, there's all kinds of Oreo flavors.
I think they even have an orange flavor.
Wow. I hadn't seen that one, but
think.
I don't doubt it.
Maybe I'm making that up.
No, I don't doubt it.
Orange like her shirt.
Is there an yes, Kurt?
Yes,
that's very
my shirt is
good, Kurt.
orange.
Your shirt is orange. You know, I wonder if we can find out how many different flavors of Oreos there are. Is there an Oreo book?
We need more Memorial Public Library to drop us some facts right now on Oreo.
I'm just Googling how many Oreo flavors are there.
They did say ants,
I know that
and
you
they
found a
dropped
book.
a book number.
Oh, Wikipedia has a list of varieties. I just need to know how many. Yeah,
There
Wikipedia.
is no limit.
Wow. It's staggering. Staggering.
Are you just scrolling
Oh
through
my
all
gosh.
the flavors?
Oh my God. Yeah, there's too many.
Give us a guesstimate.
I can't
can't handle it.
comprehend. It's overwhelming, literally. But that's fun. That would be a lot of fun. So 12 to 18 tomorrow at
Tomorrow at 2. And then next Thursday, all of the teens on June 27th will be doing a design your own t-shirt program.
all right.
Yeah, so they can get in on that if their little brother went to the one.
Mm-hmm.
Then they can jump in on it.
Come and make one too.
Mm-hmm.
How would you customize your shirt?
I'd probably put a unicorn on it.
A unicorn. That's a good
Yeah.
good call. Now that we're thinking about Oreos, I would just draw a cookie, like an Oreo cookie on it, just because that's what I'm thinking
What?
about. Yeah.
No tacos?
Well, maybe on the back. I don't know. It's just on the brain right now. But we're actually having a lot of people give their favorite ice cream flavors, which is fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Peppermint ice cream is my favorite. This is Abel. He said brown sugar cookies and cream is amazing from Cloud9 Creamery. Where's that?
Oh, yeah, that's in the Heights in Houston, and they're always out of it because it's so good. Every time we go, they're running out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Wow. So what is there any other programs, or that's it for the foreseeable future?
So that's for the remainder of June.
Sweet.
So we're busy. We're keeping very busy at the library.
Yeah.
When are they kicking you out of the library again?
August?
Well, we are closing officially August 3rd at 4 p.m. That's a Saturday, right at the end of our summer reading program.
What are you going to do if there's people in there?
They refuse to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going to do if there's people like, no, you can't tear our library down. Like, sometimes
But we're
people.
not tearing it down.
Well, I know, but the inside's going to be kind
Way
of
different.
Yeah, but if someone's like changed themselves to like one of the shelves of books, and they're like, I'm reading all of
They're
these.
holding up signs. Protect our library. Protect our library.
We are protecting it. That's why we're doing a renovation to make it better because it needs some work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking like it's going to be kind of sad. Is there some sentiment there? What's the general feeling? Is it more excitement than it is like, oh man, this changed, we're going to be closed?
Well, people want to know what it is we're doing.
Yeah.
I made some bookmarks that Circulation are giving out as people are checking out books and just letting them know the dates for checking out items, like July 13th is the last day to check out books.
That makes sense.
And then after that, all of the checkout periods will be reduced to 1 to 2 weeks because ideally we'd like our items back before we close.
Mm-hmm.
July 27th is the last day to check out DVDs because you get a 2-day checkout, so bring them back in 2 days.
Wow.
But for anyone who misses that deadline, they can still drop off items to our drop box, which is outside of the library, and we'll be checking that periodically.
Those fines, it's like, well, I checked on a DVD, I forgot.
I'm trying to return it.
Now I can't. Like, man, the library is closed.
Yeah, what's going to happen for that? Maybe some leniency. I don't know.
Man, it's starting to sound a little bit like, the police, who sit out there at the end of the month, like doing those speed traps, like trying to get that extra money.
Wow.
I don't,
Yeah.
No.
No,
it's not like that at all.
Yeah, but that's something because y'all don't do this like every year. It's not something that you're used to, like, oh, this is what we do. But there's a lot of planning that goes into that because, we need to get our books back. But sometimes people don't. They may have it for a month or 2 months, and they're going to try and return and be like, they're not
and we
open.
know things happen. So I didn't ask Luke about any sort of overdue issues after August 3rd, but I'm sure him and Cheryl, our assistant director, have thought about that and have a plan of action.
This is where we make our money back. This is where we pay for the renovations.
This is how we pay for the yeah.
So after we close on August 3rd, that Monday, all of our schedules will be 8 to 5 since we won't be closing at 9 p.m. anymore. There's no need for anyone to come in at noon on a Monday, which I'm a little sad about because I usually come in at noon on Mondays.
Yeah. What about accessing books and movies through the apps? Are you still going to be able to do that while y'all are physically
Absolutely.
closed?
Yes. And so that's one of the things that we are really pushing for people and showing them how easy it is to do with their library card. Using their mobile device or their tablet, they can download the Libby app by Overdrive, plug in their library card, and then access ebooks and audiobooks.
And it's easy.
It's super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so once we show people how easy it is, they're ecstatic, and then they never need us again. No.
Hey, we have an official statement from the Moore Memorial Public Library Facebook page, which I believe, as Luke said, we're going to work with people, with the public, to avoid the fines.
That
Smart.
sounds like
There you go.
no. That's a marketing ploy there. Like that's like it's like we are assessing the situation kind of thing. Like when there's like when you look behind you and there's like a place on fire and the fire official is out there like everything's fine. We are assessing this. Really?
Yeah.
Well, even without the renovation, when people run into unexpected issues that keep them from being able to return items on time, they can come in and they can talk to Luke or Cheryl about that, and then decisions are made on a case-by-case basis. We are here to listen to you. We're not here to cause trouble.
Yeah. So yesterday I stopped into Barnes & Noble, and the only thing I bought was a coffee from Starbucks, right?
That's the only I buy either.
But I like to look at the book, the magazines. I remember going to, Barnes & Noble, like as a kid, in high school with my friends, and just like look at the magazines, look around. There's a bunch of interesting stuff, and even, since high school, I graduated in the mid 2000s right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's way different now. Everything's accessible on the internet. A lot of stuff is changing. Amazon turned into a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see the future of the library going? Is there that? Why is it so important to be able to pick up that book and be able to touch it and feel it, and as opposed to like, I'm going to order it online, I see it, or what are your thoughts on all of that?
Well, in addition to providing access to books and information, we provide resources to people who need them. So they come in to use the internet because they don't have it. They might have a data plan on their phone, but they need our Wi-Fi. They need computers. They need to create a resume. They don't quite know how to get started. They come in and they ask us, and we get them started. in addition to our physical space, we also offer those digital collections. So we have our ebooks, our audio books, because some people, they can't physically read, but they still enjoy stories. And so audiobooks to me is reading. To libraries, it is reading. So you can count that as reading. You're a reader if you listen to audiobooks. We also offer access to movies. Some people can't afford to have a Netflix account. So we have Canopy, and they can create an account with just their library card and an email address. And now they have access to movies from all over the world and from different industries. They have documentaries, how-to videos, and then they can come in and physically rent DVDs for adults and for children. We have a children's section of DVDs as well. So, I mean, we really help people in all kinds of respects in different parts of their lives.
Yeah.
So whether it's improving job skills or if it's just to have fun, we give them the resources that they need to do that.
You know, and that's amazing. And then it kind of makes me sad because y'all are going to be closed for a little bit, but obviously with plans to reopen, make it better, more accessible.
Yes.
I know there's some places, even in Texas City, like whenever you mention, someone needs to come in, work on the computer, create a resume, that's all stuff that y'all, they could do there. But there's places like Workforce Solutions, in Texas City that we brought in where they do some of that stuff as well. Are y'all going to be able to, if somebody's like, hey, I need to do this, like point them in a direction, like, well, if you need access to a printer, this is where you can go. If you need access to this, is that something I may work with people and help them out?
Yes, absolutely. And so we're going to have all of those resources on our webpage, but people can still call us. They can still call us at 409-643-5977. And that is the library's number, even though we're off-site, and we will be answering the phones and helping people. So if they still need help setting up a Canopy account with their library card or a Libby account with their library card, or they want to know where they can go to send a fax, we can help them out.
That's awesome. And right now we had the mission of the library posted in a comment. Says, the mission is to create a community of lifelong learners in which all citizens share equally in the opportunities to increase skills, knowledge, and understanding in all fields, irregardless of wealth, race, age, or cultural background. And I feel like that's powerful, Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel to be a part of something that is trying to accomplish this goal?
I'm proud because that means that any and all are welcome to the library, and you can come in and ask us for help, and we will help you. There's not a lot of places that you can call and ask for help or for information or for someone to kind of give you the resources or point you to the resources that you need. And the library is that place.
Yeah.
I just really want an opportunity where you make a bookmark with our logo on it and our information and says go and like KHEA, and you just slide it into every book that is checked out. I'm just saying it's possible.
Well, are you going to make these bookmarks?
No.
Are you going to donate books for us to give out as prizes where we can slip in a bookmark?
No.
I don't think he wouldn't do either of those.
No way.
Well.
But we still want that.
You can one dream, I guess.
We're letting you have a taco stand, a library book stand at our taco cook-off. I mean,
Conversations.
it's a conversation starter.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I'm excited for all of the cool, upgrades and renovations that are going to be taking place at the library, and just excited to see how many more people will have access and take advantage. Everybody likes new things. Even people that probably hadn't been to the library in years are going to come because they want to see what happened. There's a word for that. And I don't know.
It's change.
They
Well,
want to
there's
see the
change.
the improvements.
What's this? Let me just put my nose in
Innovation.
there. Like, what's
And
going
the people
on?
who usually come every day are going to be like, I don't like this.
It's too packed.
Oh, they're going to love our comfy new furniture.
Oh.
Our everyday patrons.
Yeah.
They're not going to like that we're closed for 3 months, but they're going to love the new comfy chairs.
Yeah. That's fun.
What was the other thing that's shutting down for a I was thinking of the 646
Oh, it's about to
the
open.
bridge?
The bridge, it's about to open, and people were upset about that.
That it's going to open?
No, that it closed.
That
Oh,
makes
yeah.
it hard to get from one side to the other.
Right.
I'd be
Well,
mad
it's going to be
too.
hard for us to get our library books in Texas City.
What was the last library book you checked out, Kurt?
Ender's Game. What?
When?
Come at me. I know.
Now
it.
we need to check that book for Cheeto fingerprints.
In Texas City, and they'd
For
be like,
proof.
there is no Kurt Cheeto fingerprints on this. That's a
False.
lie. You did not check this out. Your
Ender's
history
Game was
sh-
the last book that I checked out from a library, and it was in Hastings, Nebraska in 2010. June 2010.
Hey, what do library cards look like? Do you have one on you right now? Because I remember being a
course I
kid,
do.
and of course, it's just like, oh,
I
yeah.
have 3.
Really?
Yeah.
With like your different aliases, or like this is like my library one. But I remember it was like a manila card and had a metal piece on it,
Oops.
and they would stamp it. They would like stamp it, and it would leave a mark on it. This was, I mean, in the early 90s when my mom took us to the library all the time.
I remember the school library where you had those insert cards, and you would pull the insert card
Write your
out and
name.
write your name, and they would stamp the date that it needed to be back, and you put it back in.
Okay. Yeah, we do have the date due that we still slip into the back pocket of the books. And then on our DVDs, we put a sticker with the date due. The
Yeah.
due date. Yeah.
What does a library card look like now, though? Is it like an ID badge? I mean, I know
She
you.
doesn't have it.
I don't have my wallet, apparently.
Does it have like a photo on it or something? I'm just wondering how it's
Let me
changed.
see if I can pull it up. Or maybe Luke will send me a picture
That'd be nice.
of
Luke.
it.
Yeah.
Luke's thinking about firing you for not having your library card. I feel like he's like, you're
Well,
supposed to carry that.
I have my library card number memorized. So,
Really?
Yeah. Because I
Wow.
use it a lot at work.
Yeah.
And then I also have a Houston Public Library card and a Harris County Public Library card. So I kind of shop
So
around
the
for
whole
library
the whole
books.
county, Harris County, there's a library card.
Yeah,
that
they
goes to
have
everybody?
they have a library system. All of those libraries are outside of the 610 loop except for one in West University.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there a Galveston County library card? Or
There
not
is
yet?
not, but we are part of the Galco or the Galveston County library system. But each of those libraries have their own library card.
Okay. You know,
I want to collect all of them. It's like the
Me too.
Pokemon. I just want to collect them all.
we did a
Well, you don't even have your own.
I have the numbers memorized.
we did a video that was called "This Is Lamarck," focusing on all of the really cool things that are happening in Lamarck. One of the things we were trying to get was the Lamarck Public Library. We were on a very short deadline, so we stopped in multiple times.
One time the entire library was shut down because they didn't have electricity.
Oh,
But they opened it back up, within the day or so.
okay.
But, if you don't have any lights, you don't have any lights, right?
Yeah.
So we were talking to some of the librarians, and they were super nice. They're like, hey, well, our director's actually not here. He'll be back on Monday. It was a Saturday or a Friday. I don't know what it was, but it was the weekend. We were out, getting footage. And we're like, okay, that's great, but the video has to be done, by this time. If we could get you saying something, but they wanted to check with the director,
Well, now you just need to do a
Texas
video
City
of,
video.
of them.
Well, of the
too.
library.
Yeah.
Well, I feel a
Maybe
little,
of all the libraries.
we felt
We felt like there was only one library in our hearts.
Oh. And
Just
which
like-
one is that?
It's the Moore Memorial Public Library in Texas City.
I love it.
Well, we tried. We tried with the director, and we got some footage of there were some kids, reading books and some other stuff that just kind of got thrown in there. Maybe,
I
maybe
am
not.
Lamarck.
Yes.
I am Lamarck.
It was a great video. We're excited about it.
Sorry.
But I feel like if we would have stopped at the Moore Memorial Public Library, then if we asked you as a librarian, would you have been like, yeah, sure, I'll do that, or would you have had to run it through Luke? If we were making a video for the city of Texas City.
I would have. I have Luke's contact,
Okay,
so
yeah.
I would
Just
be
ran it
able
by
to
him
just
first.
be like, "Hey, we're doing this."
That's what I thought. Okay, we're doing. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, you know what? I just wanted to check and make sure. Have
So
the chain
Luke
of
sent me
command.
a picture
Oh,
of
can
the
I see?
library card. Yes.
Okay, this one looks like it's been through some stuff. Is this Luke's personal?
I believe it is.
Luke, you have been there for 9 years. That's
Let me
Luke's,
see.
Luke's library card, and so they look a little bit. They look a little bit different than.
See, they look pretty when we give them to you, for sure.
Dang, you know what Luke just did though? He said, "Man, I've had mine for 9 years and it's still on me. Where's yours at, Paloma?"
Well, see, the difference is he probably has his wallet in his pocket.
Yeah.
I put my wallet in different bags, and so yesterday I was out filming for Taco Ventures, and I shoved my wallet in my camera bag.
You know what's funny about Facebook? We were just talking about this is Lamarck video.
And Colleen pops in.
Colleen pops in. It's like she knows.
All good things. All good things.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
I am Lamarck.
I am Lamarck.
We're trying to do I am Texas City. Texas City is
No.
coast side living.
He's just being
Coastal
silly.
living.
It used to be City by the Bay.
They're the All-America city in 19. I remember when I moved here in '97.
Yeah, All-American
Texas
City.
City
pretty cool.
is the all-American city.
All-America, I think.
I am Texas City. It just doesn't.
Colleen's about to like cancel our.
She's about
Texas City rocks.
She's about ready to flip the table.
No, we love being where we're located. You know, we're in Lamarck, but Galveston County as a whole is so intertwined. And in the script of that video, it says, you know, we are one community, which I really feel is true. You know, you drive down I-45 and it's like, okay, I'm in Texas City, I'm in Lamarck, I'm in Texas City, now I'm in Hitchcock. You know, it's just like, okay, where am I?
Yes.
It's really kind of a task to keep track of because we show stuff and it's like, hey, we're in Lamarck. It's like, no, that's actually Texas City. It's like, what? My mind's blown. I grew up here my entire life almost, and I'm just thrown off. Learn something every day.
It's so cool because there's so many communities around here: Santa Fe, Hitchcock, Lamarck, Texas City, League City, and there's so much. You know, it's not just like, hey, we're going to focus on Lamarck. We're not just going to focus on Texas City. We're going to combine these people because, you know, maybe there might be somebody who wants to go to the Texas City Library and check out a book. There might be somebody who wants to go to Snow King in Lamarck, you know, and now people are finding those things out and want to go.
And now they're going to be able to visit those other libraries. If they're Texas City people and they're like, hey, I need to do something, you could be like, hey, go to Hitchcock, go to Lamarck, go to whoever else has the local library.
Yes, we have a bookmark with all of the Galveston County libraries, their hours, the phone numbers, the websites, and so they can call them and find out what sort of things they can get done at their libraries.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they can call us and get that information from us as well before and after we close for the renovation.
And, you know, Luke in the Moore Memorial Public Library says, we're always honored to help serve Lamarck and be in the same system as the Lamarck Public Library.
Yes, we are.
That's official. Very official.
We're friends.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Oh, actually, this is kind of fun. On Thursday, the librarians, we're having a librarian field trip to Rosenberg Library in Galveston.
You
we're
know,
gonna go check out the museum.
That'd be fun.
We haven't been. So,
what? Do you know what it's named after? The Rosenberg Library?
I do not.
Me either. But Rosenberg, I'm pretty sure, is a city, so that always threw me off because it sounds like a city or it is a city, and it's just like.
Yeah, now that I know it's called Rosenberg Library, I know it's in Galveston. But whenever I mention Rosenberg Library, for people who aren't from the county, they usually don't.
Yeah.
They usually don't know what I'm talking about.
So it's about 10:52.
Oh.
And we're running out of time. Is there anything else you'd like to share that we haven't touched on with the library or remind people of one more time?
Well, we do have our summer reading program going on, and we do have programs for children and teens, but we also welcome adults to pick up a summer reading log and keep track of their reading. Whether you're reading articles, reading a book, listening to an audiobook, or reading an ebook, you can count it toward your reading hours, and once you complete 10 hours, you get entered into a prize drawing.
That's awesome.
Read as much as you want, and you increase your chances of winning.
So my son has a reading log. He filled it up, like the first page, and I'm not sure who it's with because I asked my wife, I was like, is this through the Moore Memorial Library? She said, no, it's not. It's through something, you know, and I was just like, and I was like, the only one I hear is Moore Memorial Public Library, so I don't know any other reading log. But either way, I'm proud of him because we started, or my wife, you know, she's at home with him even right now, just doing, as soon as you wake up, before you really do anything, you know, brush your teeth, do everything, read 2 books. And so he'll read 2 books and then kind of go on through the day.
That's cool.
So it's fun. He doesn't get too wrapped up, you know, in technology because a lot of times he's like, I want the iPad or I want to watch TV. And it's like, no, let's read 2 books. Then we can do other stuff.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's a good morning routine to have.
Yeah. So
hopefully it persists throughout his life,
well,
right? Wouldn't that be cool?
He loves reading.
That's good.
Yeah, I loved reading too as a kid, but then I got to the point where I was just like trying to read as many books as possible, which isn't bad, but almost rushing through it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like elementary
do.
school, I was just like, okay, I want the next book, you know? and then I wasn't actually processing the information.
Okay.
But
So you probably couldn't have remembered the last book you read. The like specific details.
No, I could. But okay, so growing up in Texas, there was like the accelerated reader program, and there was the Bluebonnet book program, and so I was trying to rack up. I was
Okay, all
so
the points because
we
you
would-
wanted that Pizza Hut.
Yeah, we would go have pizza and do all the other stuff, and so you get the I read all 20 Bluebonnet books, the shirts and everything else, right?
Uh-huh.
So I did it every year possible, and I
Well,
was
good for you.
yeah, it was a blast. I liked it, but I would do it. I would test on it, but then I would just like go to the next one. But I wasn't really like, I don't know. It got me into a weird routine of just trying to read too much. It was
Too
weird.
much, too
Like
fast.
I don't know. It was weird, but
So do you read now at all?
not much.
No. I'm sorry.
That was
I had
a
to be
hard
honest.
no.
I had to be
No.
honest.
So yeah, I do read a little bit, and I listen to audiobooks.
Okay. Well,
Mainly
that's good.
like business and motivational and like how to deal with an annoying coworker type
Well, those
stuff.
are books.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I heard that.
We
83
have some of those
IQ
at the
heard.
library.
Yeah.
Books, I mean.
Yeah.
Not
The annoying
coworkers.
Luke.
I would never.
Oh man.
That's so funny.
So Luke said it was named after Henry Rosenberg, the Rosenberg Library in Galveston. He also said, get reading logs from all of us. All the reading can go to multiple logs and prizes. So go get your reading log from the Moore Memorial Public Library.
Yes.
Turn it in, adult, child, kid, teenager, everybody. Go get one.
And all of the libraries in Galveston County are doing summer reading programs too. So whoever's close by you, go pick up a reading log, or you can probably even print them from the library website.
All right. My wife just texted me Barnes & Noble. I'm not sure if that means she's there or she's like listening or caught up. But yeah, I'm going to be like, what's up with it? What's up?
No question mark?
No,
Barnes
it
and
just
like,
Noble?
why are you going to Barnes &
Or
Noble when
Barnes
you
and
can go to
Noble.
the Moore Memorial Public Library?
When we lived closer, she said, oh, that's the reading list. There's a reading list through Barnes & Noble.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know they did one. That's
I
cool.
didn't either. That's pretty cool.
So you can pick up and say,
What
I
kind
wanna
of prizes do you get, I wonder?
I don't know. She must be listening. What kind of prizes can you get if you pick up fill out a Barnes & Noble reading list? We'll find out. But, encouraging kids to read it at all, I feel like is good. Whether that's, the library getting prizes or other places, right?
Yeah, and then we also have graphic novels for young kids. We have them in the children's department, and then we have them for young adults and for adults.
Mm-hmm.
So you can come and pick those up. Those are really neat. Some of the art in there is just really captivating. For even the nonfiction, they have graphic memoirs. So memoirs told in comics. And so those are really cool. And then we have, of course, comic books
Ooh.
and manga.
I was a big fan of comic books as a kid. So my son, he was given a Bible, but it's like in comic book form.
Oh, really?
And he's 6, and so he's just like nonstop reading it. We're in the car. I'm like, don't get car sick, but he wants to read it. He's at church. He's at home. He's reading it. He's like, but it's communicating with pictures and also like text, and comic style. And he's really asking me questions about the stories, and I'm just like, I need to maybe read my Bible more so I can, know exactly which story you're talking about.
Yeah, and I feel like putting some of those, especially like classical literature in a graphic novel form, can really help to reach people who wouldn't read those stories otherwise.
Yeah.
And you get a little piece of dialogue or a little description, but the pictures themselves tell you so much more too.
Yes. I also saw yesterday at Barnes & Noble, it was called William Shakespeare's, I don't know, but it was Mean Girls, the movie, written in, is it iambic pentameter?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was the entire movie written in, like Shakespeare would have wrote it in the dun-dun-dun-duns,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of cool to
I want to
somebody
find
tried
that
it.
now.
Yeah, as soon as you walk in, it's like one of the middle tables, like, how they have, I always look at those.
So one thing that I do love about Barnes & Noble is their clearance.
Oh,
They have really
yeah.
awesome clearance. You can find some really cool figurines for like $20.
Oh, my wife texted me again. It's William Shakespeare's Much Ado About Mean Girls. That's the name of the title.
I like that. That's cool. And they've done a lot of those, like Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Yes. The classic story. They even made it into a movie, like the book, and then they did a movie about it, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool.
It's an interesting take on a classic.
An adaptation.
There you go.
Ooh, adaptations. We could have some adaptations to Kickstart.
where we add Paloma once a month on a on a Wednesday. That's it, right there.
That's it. There you go.
Hey, so we're out of time,
Aww.
and make sure
Already?
that you go
I know.
watch those taco ventures with
Yes,
Paloma.
please. And then make sure you check out my blog. It's wander-through.com, or find me on Facebook, Wander Through Blog. And make sure you come and visit the library before we close in August. We want to see all of your happy faces and talk about books or anything, really. Any questions you have, give us a call. Come see us. We're at 1701 9th Avenue North in Texas City.
Are you going to be mad when people are like, please come, let us give you free tacos and feed you. Please feature, my tacos. You're going to be like,
I would.
guys, no, please
Love
stop. Please stop feeding me these delicious tacos.
What would I
Are
ever
you
do
still
with
gonna
all
come-
the tacos?
Are you still going to come on the show even though the library's closed?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Good. Man, I almost flipped the table again.
And you can't see except a spinning globe unless you're
Sorry, Facebook.
you're outside of our window. But yeah, this is 99.5 FM, KHEAradio.com. It's 11 o'clock. We've been talking to Paloma with the Moore Memorial Public Library and Wander Through. She is also featured, on her blog, and then there's a video series with KHEA that she is helping us put together called Taco Ventures, where she's finding the best tacos in the world. It's exciting. Coming up next, there's a spot for Abundant Life Christian School. Y'all have a blessed day.
Bye, Facebook. We love you.
Adios. I'm over here signing off and waving, but you can't see me, so have a good day.